All right, shalom, shalom. Back out here once again. Move this up. Let me adjust this real quick. Let me adjust it. So, back out here once again. And, you know, today it's going to rain, so it's facing the east already. So, and, you know, as always, we open up by giving all praises and glory to the Heavenly Father and the Son. So, we say in the last one, Kodash, the ancient Paleo-Hebrew, all praise and glory be unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Wachah Kodash. All right? And that's in the name of the Holy Spirit, okay? And I want to say double honors to the apostles and the elders, all right, of Great Millstone, who rule well, who have taught us knowledge. Double honors to them, and honest salutation to you fellow Akim out there. They're doing the work of truth sincerely. Shalom to you. Shalom to the Aqua that believe as well, that are part of the household of faith. Back out here once again, you know, another week, you know, the one y'all must know shine that I feel good physically and spiritually, you know, and getting into prophecy as always, you know. That's what we come out here to do, get into prophecy. And I have the subject matter I want to get into, but before we get into that, so one of the brothers was mentioning about you know, the Israelite women catching these different diseases. It was syphilis, all right, and how it's an outbreak of that, you know, and that's due to the whoredoms of our women. Okay, now we get that Ecclesiastes 42 and 9, chapter 42, verse 9 through 11, because that's, you know, first of all, the curses didn't just fall upon the men. Okay, the curses fell upon the women as well. Okay, and we're under these curses that the Lord put on us because we were disobedient to Him. Okay, and so not only is the men of Israel cursed, but the women of Israel cursed as well, especially the so-called black woman, because the so-called black woman, which is the tribe of Judah, all right, the Judite woman, she's the lead tribe woman. Okay, and she set the trend for the rest of the tribe's women. That's the reason why you see, I made mention of this one time, where you see a lot of our women on these podcasts, on these manosphere podcasts, and they going into like these women that want these so-called high-value men, okay? Which a high-value man is a man of the Lord, okay? That's a high-value man. Matter of fact, get that. It's in the Apocryphal 2 in Ecclesiastes and Sirach. It says, none is above him that feared the Lord. You might want to type that in. All right, none is above him that feared the Lord. Because that's the most important man on earth. All right, man of Israel that fear the Lord. Okay? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge and wisdom. Okay? Proverbs 1:7. All right, so if you want to get knowledge, first and foremost, let's start with learning the fear of the Lord. All right, learning the fear of the Lord is most important to us Israelites. Okay, because most of our people don't fear the Lord. All right? You find it, bro? And we must teach our children, all right, to fear the Lord. Okay, that's what the Lord told Moses. All right, that they may fear me and keep my ways. All right, but go ahead and get what you got.
The book of Ecclesiastes is also known as Sirach, chapter 25, verse 10.
That's it.
Oh, how great is he that findeth wisdom!
Yeah.
Yet is there none above him that feareth the Most High.
So, you know, women in this society, they're looking to find this high-value men, men that, and it specifically refers to men that have a lot of resources or money. Okay, that's what they're seeking after. They think these men are above value than, you know, any other man on the planet. This is the mindset of these women, right? And so, what we come to find out is, when you know the scriptures, read it again. None is above him that fear the Lord. Read it again, bro. Bible shot one more time. None is above him, because when you know that the Lord is the one that gives riches and take away riches, see, there's not anything that the Lord can't do. The Lord gives rulership to whom he ever see fit, that he want to put in power. Okay? The Lord takes him down, set up another people. He gives riches to kings. Okay? He gives knowledge, he gives visions, he gives dreams. Okay? He gives strength, right?
Right.
The Lord is the one that gives the increase and take it away. Okay? That's why it's important to fear him, because all that shit that people desire, that comes from the Lord. What is food, water, the Lord provide. Okay? Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 25:10. Oh, how great is he that findeth wisdom.
Yeah, you find wisdom. You find well, wisdom is you get wisdom through experience. The scriptures tell you that. All right, you get wisdom through experience. You know, whatever it may be. Okay, you get the wisdom out of going through something. All right, and you gain the wisdom after you go through it. That way, if the situation arises again, you know how to deal with it. Because you've learned from the situation you've been through, or the same situation you've been through at first, or maybe a couple times, or a few times. How many every time it take? The thing is, you've taken away what you need to take away from it to know when it arises again. You know how to deal with it head on. Okay, that's how you get wisdom, through experience. The scriptures tell you that. Go ahead.
Yet is there none above him that feareth the Lord.
So ain't no man on this earth above him that fear the Lord. All right, not no kings, not no presidents, not no governors, not no ruler of the city. None of them are above him that fear the Lord. Period. Okay, go ahead.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, verse 18. Wisdom is better than weapons of war.
Wisdom is better than weapons of war. That's plain and simple. How we overcome the wicked? Through the wisdom which we get from what? The scriptures. The scriptures teaches us how to deal with the wicked. He's so-called white man. So we know how to deal with him. And through trial and error, going through the different things we got to go through, and we've still been afflicted. We're still serving our captivity, right? So you learn as you go how to deal with Esau. Okay? That way when Esau come up, you know how to deal with him. The scriptures say, be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. You know? That's how you deal with it. You know, okay, his devil come up with this, that, third. I know how to deal with this devil. All right, they did this before. So now, they come up with it again. Okay? All right, I see this shit a mile away coming. All right, same old tricks. You know, scriptures speak about your enemies being like a looking glass, quite clean. That's how your enemy should be unto you. You should be able to see him all through and through. All right? Now, speaking to the women, right? Grab that Sirach 42:9. So the women, they desire these men that are of high financial status in this society. They look at them as high value. That's where this high value term comes from. The man, Kevin Samuels, okay? Kevin Samuels, I see him on Vlad TV, he broke that down. What is a high value man? You know, because Vlad, that dude, he's a smart hat when it's convenient, But he questioned Kevin Samuels about what is a high value man. Kevin Samuels explained it to him. A man that has a lot of money or wealth or resources, what have you, and they look at them as the higher value man. And so what had happened is, now I'm not knocking money, because scriptures tell you that money is a help. King Thomas said that. He said money is a help. All right, so money is necessary. You need money, right? But what happened is, these guys, which is only a small portion of men that have this wealth, okay, and most of the women desire these men, and they'll do whatever it takes to get next to those men. Even when you have this thing in Dubai, where a lot of women go over there and these Ishmaelites, so-called Arabs, they'll poop on their face and body. Women get humiliated for money over in Dubai. So just to we're cool, bro. No, we're cool. So they'll go over to Dubai just to be humiliated for some money, okay? And I believe you see that video Elder Yashawama did? Elder Yashawama did a video about this Judite woman went over to Dubai, okay, and her ass got locked up.
Yeah, I saw plenty of videos of that.
Right.
Plenty of videos.
And the nigga woman got locked up over there, and because she was being allowed disorderly.
Right.
And one thing about that is you can't do that shit over in them Israelite countries, okay? being loud and disorderly for a woman, okay? When the scripture speak about, you know, in, what's that, Proverbs 9, a woman being clamorous, always running her
9:13.
damn mouth. Women can't do that in other countries, in most other countries, like especially over in the so-called Middle East. All right, because a woman loud talking like that, they get her in a lot of trouble. See, over in America, a woman can run free and do whatever, say whatever, talk crazy to men. But you go to some other countries, they did that shit in the water instantly, right? Instantly. And so when women over here in the West, mainly America, you know, states, they go over to those different countries, they have a reality check, you know. Reality hit them real fast, you know, because they don't know. Women don't know over here in America, okay, in the United States, Babylon the Great. That show you that this place is confusion, because you taught them confusion in America, and you go to other places, you like, yo, this shit is way different. Goddamn, way different. I thought this, you know, you do this, you know, like women got in the broad. Because how you think the women down in Texas, how that syphilis outbreak, how do you think that happened, you know, women got in the broad? Okay? Read that, the 42nd chapter of Sirach, verse 9.
Book of Sirach, chapter 42, verse 9. The father waketh for the daughter,
There you go.
when no man knoweth, and and the care for her taketh away sleep.
The care for her taking away sleep. Because once the scriptures speak about the flower of her age, that's when your daughter, she hits her ministry. So a young girl transitions to a woman. All right, now she's a woman when she have her ministry. Okay, and then you got to do that, talk about the birds and the bees, right? So they say, but a young woman, all right, taking away sleep from the father, because why? Once she hit that flower of her age, now it's time for her to go out, you know, it's time for him to go find her husband, you know, as far as your daughter. All right, because, you know, that's how it was in ancient times, in ancient world. All right, you know how women go out here and give any man they want to? That shouldn't happen in the ancient world. Okay? You raise your daughter up under your roof when she became of age. All right, you made a business transaction with another man. All right, for your daughter. That's what it was, a business transaction. All right, you would give a woman's father's, you know, what is it? Money, it could be cattle, whatever the man desired for his daughter. Okay, that's what it was. Not this shit now where, you know, women can sleep with these different men, and then some fool, you know, I'll say some foolish man, a man that's unlearned, that don't know her background, gets with her, and now she got all these different personalities on her and spirits on her from these other men she's been with. Then he goes out and so-called marry her, legally marry her, right? She gets to wear the white dress, which symbolizes purity, the purity of a woman. She would be a virgin in the ancient world, right? But she's not pure. She's had all these different men. So now he's picking up all this baggage. He's taking on a man taking on all this baggage when he takes on a woman that's experienced with all these different men. He got to deal with all these personalities in her fucking mind. All right, this bipolarness that's been created in her mind from all these different men she slept with. You know, so this place is confusion because why? That shows you that a woman is confused by sleeping with all these different men, seeking love from all these different men. She's not supposed to do that. Okay? Keep reading.
When she is young, lest she take away, when she pass away the flower of her age.
Yeah, pass away the flower of her age, her virginity status, you know, and she's in her ministry. Go ahead.
And being married, lest she should be hated.
Yeah. Because she's supposed to, a young woman's supposed to be given away in marriage by her father, like I was just going into. All right, go ahead.
And her virginity, lest she would be defiled and gotten with child in her father's house.
Exactly, because when it speaks about being defiled, sex is defilement. Okay. See, that's why you go into you know, a woman's been given the bill of divorcement, right? Matter of fact, look at that's in the type in divorcement, divorce. It's in the law where it speaks about, you know, a man going to a woman, the first man, and defiling her. All right.
Divorce definition.
Just go to the blue letter, type in divorce. Because that's how it, the divorce was created. It was really it was created because in case a woman going out if a man, in case a woman going out in the way her husband would have her to go.
Right.
Go ahead.
Well, strong definitions of divorce.
No, not strong definitions. It's a scripture. Type it in. Look up the scripture.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3.
No, divorce.
Divorce.
Well, read that too. Read that. Matter of fact, read that too. But it's another precept goes back to the law about divorce. Get up divorce.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 8. And I saw when for all.
Go up to verse 1. Verse 1.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 1.
They say when a man.
They say if a man put away his wife,
There you go.
and she go from him, and become another man's, shall he return unto her again?
Mm-hmm. Now this is talking about the nation of Israel. All right. Going away from our husband, which is be the Most High. Okay. The Most High the one planted us. Okay. So it's speak about the nation of Israel committing adultery, but this applies to actual man and woman as well. That's why I want you to get the one up in the law. Okay, go ahead.
Shall he return unto her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted?
Greatly polluted, or another word is defiled. Okay, go ahead.
But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers.
Yeah. So the nation of Israel, we did that, right? But you look at our women today. All right. Our women do that as well. Okay. Women actually do that. They play the harlot. Okay, now go to the law again. Type in the word divorce on your blue letter app and go ahead. It should be within the law. I believe you want to say Leviticus or Deuteronomy. It speaks about it a few times. Type in divorce. D-I-V-O-R-C-E.
It's just showing up Jeremiah 3 and 8.
No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. It's showing.
Jeremiah 3 and 8.
Go to put away. Type in put away. It should have been right to it. It should have been right to it.
Okay. Leviticus 21 and 7.
Go start and tell us what verse 1 say. What does verse 1 say? All right. Thank you.
Book of Leviticus, chapter.
The same chapter, Leviticus 21, right?
Okay.
What verse 1 say?
21 verse 1. And the Most High said unto Moses, Speak unto the priests, the sons of Aaron, and say unto them, There shall none be defiled for the dead among his people.
Not that. What does verse 7 say? It's supposed to speak about the divorce.
Verse 7. They shall not take a wife that is a whore.
It's not that one. It's not that one. Let me see it. Let me see. Because it's supposed to go right to it. Should go right to it. It should be other precepts that came up. Because it's it's within the law. Might be this one right here. She might be this one right here. All right, so this is yeah, they're all marriage. It's not that one. Okay, here we go. Let's see, I'm gonna find it right here. I'm gonna get that because I gotta get that. Go to here you go, Deuteronomy 24. Deuteronomy 24. Stop it.
Deuteronomy 24, verse 1.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 1.
That's it.
When a man has taken a wife and married her, and it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, because he has found some uncleanness in her, let him write her a bill of divorcement, and give it in her hand, and send her out of his house.
There you go. So this is what happened. All right, if the husband sees some uncleanness in her, okay, which when you get with a woman in society, it's always going to be an uncleanness in her because she's been with all these different men. You don't want to take a woman that's been with all these different men. That's why you think a woman's sexual past matter. In the manosphere, they talk about that a lot, but see, they don't know the answer to, or they don't know the source of how they find out why it's that way because they don't know the scriptures. When the scriptures speak about them establishing their own righteousness, because a lot of Jakes that's in the manosphere. You got some Edomites in there too, but it's mainly Jake that's in the manosphere. Okay, making a podcast and shit about the breakdown between man and woman and marriage and all that stuff, right? Because the Pressure Fit podcast, them ain't no Jakes. This guy, I forget his legal name, but he go about Myron, the ex-Fed, the ex-FBI agent, on there, on Fresh and Fit podcast. They got the one West Indies, Barbados, Fresh, Benjamin Knight. The other dude, he go back to, he one of them Egyptian Jakes though.
Sudan.
Yeah, he one of them, yeah, just the Egyptians. All right?
Yeah.
That's what they call the Egyptians today, the Sudanese people. Okay? He's one of them Jakes that his father was one of them Sudanese looking Jakes. Mama was an Ishmaelite, more than likely. Okay? And he was raised in, in that type of environment, but at the same time, these are Jakes, but they think off what they natural minds tell them about women, right? They don't think about what the Lord says about women. But Myron do make this comment about how all religious texts, he'll say this, all religious texts, how they all speak against women's promiscuity, being promiscuous. Okay? Because a woman was made or created to be promiscuous. That's made for a man to be promiscuous, have many or different wives. Okay? Keep reading.
And when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife. And if the latter husband hate her, and write her a bill of divorcement, and give it in her hand,
There you go.
and sendeth her out of his house. Or if the latter husband die, which took her to be his wife, her former husband, which sent her away, may not take her again to be his wife. after that she is defiled.
There you go.
For that is an abomination
Right.
before the Most High.
So, because what the man putting the seed there, that defiles it. Because now that's they had become one flesh. They cling to each other. A woman takes on that man's semen, and she takes on his spirit and personality as well. Okay. That's the reason why a woman not supposed to sleep with all these different men. One thing Jake say, and it's all scripturally based, even though they may not know it. These hoes crazy. We just read why they crazy. They defile with different men. And they do jump back and forth. You know? They go have kids with this man, and then go to another man, get with this sucker, and then get with another sucker, come back to the original sucker, then go back out and gather on some more suckers into catching all these bodies, as Jake said. You know what I'm talking
Body
about?
count.
Huh?
Body count.
Body count. That's right. Okay. So then you go to now you go to Ecclesiastes 25, in like the last couple of verses where it says, "Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gather abroad."
Yeah.
Okay. Because in America, that's what's going on. The reason why you got syphilis going, the reason why STDs are high in these major cities, these metropolitan areas, okay, in the metropolis, like in Miami. Well, who's the main woman down there? So-called Negro women and so-called Latin. A lot of the so-called Latin tribe women down there. You look at these Manuscript podcasts. That's why I be telling brothers. Yeah, some of the Latin tribe women are easier to deal with than the Southern people women. I give you that. I'm not knocking that. But when you know, see, one thing you know is when you deal with the tribe, all the different tribes women, you know. Something about, personally me, I can't speak for every man, every brother. For me, 2 or 3 of the tribes women I really deal with on that level. Like if I want to wife them, I know like 2 or 3 of them I would deal with. The rest of them, that's just me personally though. All right, that's just me personally, because I know. Through trial and error, and dealing with them, I know. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 25, verse 25. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to get abroad.
Yeah, neither a wicked woman liberty to gather abroad, because a woman is wicked by nature. Okay? She's been given liberty to gather abroad by Esau. You got this one chick, it's Tay baby. The chick, her dad is Judite, her mama Israelite. I wouldn't deal with her either. I dealt with a one like that earlier this year. Judite father, Israelite mama. She got tattoos on the face and shit. The chick I'm talking about, see what happened with her is, she done went out in the world and fucking had her fun. And now she's probably about around between me and your age, and now she's ready to be taken seriously. Anybody gonna take you serious after you go out there and be a hoe? And now you want a man to take you in to be a wife? What's the famous saying? You can't turn the hoe into a housewife. So that's what's going on. That's what's going on. The next chapter. Go to the 26th verse. 26th chapter. Go to about where it says a woman may be known by her haughty looks and eyelids. Scripture speak about a woman painting her face on it, makeup, all that, man. Everything you need to know about life is in the scriptures. You can read when you call it and read when you get it.
The book of Ecclesiastes or Sirach, chapter 26, verse 9.
Yep.
The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids.
Yeah, so when you see these women, right? When you see these women, the main way to look is they all fixed up, made up. Fake eyelashes, face like a birthday cake. You notice that it was a commercial out. It's a commercial out that says about man, what commercial was that? Talking about the false beauty of women. Cause it's taking a toll on little girls. I cannot. It's a big brand too, man. I want to say Olay, but don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that, right? But they making a stance against mental abuse of young girls dealing with beauty. Because little girls are given or painted a false sense of beauty. All right? Like India.Arie. I watched a video with India.Arie, right? And she was talking about the Essence Awards. And she was like, Essence Awards was this. It was elegance. It was women that was, showing, our different talents. It wasn't turned into a fucking strip club whole show. And she got backlash for that. Because you know why? You know why? Because anytime you correct the so-called black woman, the woman of Judah, they get that shitty attitude. Go to Deuteronomy 28, about 55, 56, I believe it is.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 56.
Read 15 first. Read 15, verse 15 first.
Verse 15.
Let's prove the women was cursed too.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So let's go into the curses now. What does 55 say? What does verse 55 say?
Deuteronomy 28, verse 55, so that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of his children.
No, go to 56. Go to 56.
The tender and delicate woman among
There you go. There you go. Read that again.
The tender and delicate woman among you.
This how this my woman used to be. Tender and delicate, right? Go ahead.
Which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness.
For delicateness. A woman's supposed to be delicate. A woman's supposed to be very delicate. Okay? Women, Israelite women were high maintenance, back in the day. They were very high maintenance, but it was natural high maintenance. Meaning what? They took care of themselves, they bathed, they smelled good. A woman smell good, that shit catches your attention. You can tell when there's some bullshit she got on, bullshit fragrance, or you can tell when the woman that really take care of herself. That smell is desirable. I'll just say it that way. Cause you rarely run to a woman that smell good like that. Cause it's that's some bullshit. You buy off from Family Dollars, Flyers, Walmart, Kroger, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you won't, even Macy's, right? You got that's Macy's shit, Macy's got, certain type of shit. You went to the woman that's like that real oil, that real good oil, real scent that lingers, right? That shit gets your nose senses, and you clean your nose senses. You're like, man, goddamn, she smells good, But she's supposed to be delicate. Go ahead. Read it again. Read that top again. That verse.
The tender and delicate woman among you,
which
would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground. For delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom.
That's it. Look at them now. They eyes evil too. You don't need no more. Here a little, there a little. Her eyes evil towards her men. Why do you think the men of Judah, all right, are going out to get you do it yourself. Passport bros. Hey, mainly men of Judah. Mainly. Judah like, fuck that. I'm going over here, get some real women. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be happy to see me, happy to spend time with me. They're gonna enjoy my company. We're gonna have a good time. They ain't gotta go out and spend all your goddamn hard-earned money. All right, they just really appreciate your time and attention that you give them. Okay? And they a lot of them guys dread coming back. Them chicks dread coming back. It's like, shit, I gotta come back to deal with this. And I gotta deal with the nigga one back in the States. Some of them go over there for a month or two, or a few, just to experience what dealing with real delicate women is like. And that's sad.
Foreign women.
Huh?
Foreign women, And then I like Babylonian women here.
Exactly. Exactly. You know? And that's the reason why the rest of the tribes, women, all right, outside of Judah, are taking on the same, they're taking on the same traits, same attitudes, same way of living as the lead tribe women. Okay? They turn their nose up and shit. I see Israelites argue with their women all the time. Because she's out of fuck. She's talking crazy to her man. I ain't gonna even mention Ephraim, because Ephraim is just like Judah. Okay, the two heads of the lead tribes. Southern kingdom and northern kingdom. Okay? You know, the Ephraimite want me just like it with the Judah. And that's what I see. I might be, I might have a different take than another brother, but hey, that's what I've seen. I've dealt with the Ephraimite woman. She's just as wild as the so-called black woman, the woman of Judah. She's just speaking to your ass in Spanish. Okay? The women over in the women down in Miami, be a lot of Manassite women. You have a lot of Manasseh. You got a lot of Simeon. You got a lot of let me see here. Got some Naphtali women down there. Got some Zebulun women down there. One of my personal favorites is the Zebulunite woman. But this is what they've been influenced by the women of Judah. So they go in Miami, they have a good old time, seducing these rich Edomite men, and you know what I'm saying? Bounce around from yacht to yacht. This is the culture for women in America, Babylon. So what you have to choose from when you want to take a woman to be your wife? You don't have very good choices, right? So you gotta be careful when you choose a woman to be your woman. When you want a woman to be your wife, you got to make very careful choices because that can destroy your legacy. You know. So, you know, that, go to Isaiah 3. Isaiah 3. You start at 16.
Okay. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 16. Moreover, the Most High saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks.
Yeah, this mainly pertains to the southern kingdom women. Okay? Because that's what it's referred to at that time. Go ahead.
And wanton eyes, walking and menacing as they go. Mincing as they go, and making a twinkling with their feet.
Yep.
Therefore, the Most High will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion.
Yes, smite with the crown of their heads. All right. Now we're going to jump down to verse 24 because the verse 24 it tell you, and this is how you know that it's talking to the woman of the southern kingdom, which would be the so-called black woman, the so-called Haitian woman, the so-called West Indian woman, right? Go to verse 24. It's going to tell you how their hair look today.
Verse 24. Okay? And it shall come to pass.
And it shall come to pass. Go ahead.
That instead of sweet smell,
a sweet smell,
there shall be stink.
Yeah, because they don't know how to bathe and they don't know how to take care of themselves. All right, go ahead.
And instead of a girdle,
and then also all these different semens in women too creates a smell. Those different semens are fighting in their womb. That's stink. That smell bad. Go ahead. You see, when you smell a woman that smell, her vagina smell real tart and foul, she be sleeping with all these different men. All right, go ahead.
And instead of a girdle, a rent, and instead,
no nice clothing, nice apparel to wear. Go ahead.
And instead of well set hair, baldness.
Baldness. You wouldn't want a so-called black woman. Read that again. Instead of what?
And instead of well set hair, baldness.
So the so-called black woman, which is the woman of Judah, she's bald head because the Lord cursed her.
Wow.
Why do you think who buys most wigs in the world? The so-called black woman.
Eve.
The woman of Eve. The woman of Judah.
Talk to us.
So she go by what's here? Hair Joy. What's the one? The yellow one across the beauty. Royal Beauty.
Yeah.
Royal
Talk
Beauty.
to us. Talk to us. Listen.
You know what I'm saying? They open 7 days a week. They open 7 goddamn days a week.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because they can profit off of the woman of Judah.
We need to hear this. We need to hear
$8 billion. Hey, bro, let me tell you something. Did you know? Well, let me ask you something, rather.
Yes, yes.
Did you know the hair industry alone, not the makeup, not the
Right. Talk
the,
to
you know, the earrings and all that jewelry, all that stuff.
Right.
Did you know the hair business alone
It's number one.
it's plus $8+ billion a year.
It's believable. Our culture spends so much money
On bullshit.
in hair.
Say it straight,
Yes,
brother.
that's a waste of money.
Yep.
It's a waste of money.
Waste of money.
I-
Now you think about this. Now you look at our communities, right?
Yes.
Well, just look at the so-called black man community, right? Men of Judah, right?
yes.
Look at the community, right? All this money that they mama is spending
Yes.
on the fucking hair,
Yes.
she be putting it into the children.
Yes. Taken away from.
Yeah.
Take away from-
Some of these kids, you know what pissed me off?
Yes.
Bro, some of these kids, you see how they be dressing and shit?
Yes.
All that money put in their hair, they be putting into these children.
You know, that's the main thing that discourages me. That's why I wonder why the kids don't have a future.
Yeah.
The parents put all the clothes on themselves and the kids are looking bad.
Exactly.
Now, you see, I got a 14, 17-year-old and they go do good in school.
That's
I'm
right.
going to give them the best. I want them to be better than me. I have to be able to show them.
'Cause-
without guidance, there's no structure.
Exactly, because the father's not there anyway.
Yes.
The father's not there.
Yes.
And then you look at, one thing, you see Dora's young lady's mom.
Yes.
They said she looked better than her daughter. But she ain't did nothing to her daughter.
You have to let them, what you put in is what you get out.
Exactly.
And when a lot of times people have that selfish motive,
There you go.
and then they blame because they didn't have, because their parents didn't do, living in a bubble. Once that bubble busts and reality sets in, that's why I say they need what you guys are saying.
But you know what though?
They need
brother?
this.
Let me tell you something, bro. See, the thing is, go to Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter. Sirach, the 3rd chapter. The father ain't there.
Right. See, I'm in the process. See, I'm doing this. I got my son, 17-year-old. I got both of them a phone. But my 14 don't want to plug it up and answer the phone, so I take it from him.
Father.
But I have a phone trying to co-parent. That's what my thing was.
The book of Ecclesiastes,
Foundation of the father. Read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1,
Let's see about, what was it,
verse 9, probably.
what did it say?
For the blessing of the father
There you go.
establishes the houses of children.
In the
See,
home.
read it
In the
again,
home.
read it again.
Yes.
For the blessing of the father established the houses of
Because
children.
a father established a household.
Right.
I dig what you're saying too, bro,
Right,
because
right.
that's why I got mine with
Right,
me.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
I see that. I see
So,
that.
so,
I
so,
respect it, yes.
yeah, I have to establish
Your
righteousness in
foundation.
him.
Yes, because that's gonna be that's you part.
Exactly.
If you
Right.
don't put no structure in it,
Exactly.
the foundation is gonna crumble.
Exactly.
And it's because it's not you. Nobody can do it but you.
So let me ask you a question, bro.
Yes,
Let me ask you a
yes,
question,
yes,
bro. Since you
yes,
stopped by,
yes,
right?
yes.
Stop by.
Yes.
So the main reason why you got so many degenerates of our people that's going in and out of prison, right, is because
Yes.
why?
Structure.
And who created the structure that they
The
had?
father. The father.
No.
The mother. The mother.
There you
The
go.
mother.
There
Yes,
you go.
yes.
Book of Proverbs 22, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go.
Exactly.
And
Now,
when
now go ahead.
and when he is old, he will not depart from
Now,
it.
let me tell you this.
Yes,
Let me tell you
yes.
something, bro. Let me tell you something, bro. When I started learning the truth, right,
Yes.
he was a little boy.
Yes.
Okay, he's still a young man now.
Yes. Walking testimony.
All right, so we have a little custody issue.
Yes,
But at the
yes.
same time, though,
Yes.
he know what I do.
Right.
He know what I do, and she know he clings to that.
Yes.
Because a young boy, once he's raised with his father, he want to be like his father.
Right. But you guys made a connection, see.
Well, it's my flesh.
What I'm saying.
A child is a man's flesh.
Yes. But
Make no mistake about that.
Yeah.
A woman is important, bro.
Yes.
To procreate.
Yes.
But the most important parent of the two is always going to be the father.
Yeah.
When the father's not around, the children are self-willed and headstrong to do
Yes,
anything.
yes, that's true.
That's why. One thing about slavery, right?
Yes.
Look at slavery. What's the Witness Letters, right?
Yes.
The book right there. I got hold of my camera today.
Yes.
The main thing about the Willie Lynch legislation was to do was what? Take away the man.
Man from the household.
No, well, the family, take away
right.
the man.
Right.
And
Instruction.
then indoctrinate the woman, and she'll indoctrinate the children because
Right.
your first teacher in this world when you come out the womb.
Is
Your daddy put you in your mother, and your mother holds you for about 9 months, puts you through her womb,
Yes.
and who's your first teacher? Your mother.
Your mother.
So if he indoctrinate the woman, she's gonna indoctrinate who? The children.
Right.
So the structure of these
Cycle's broken.
exactly these degenerates in society
Right.
that's murdering. You see who's going around here? Who's around them? Who's
Mother.
raising them?
Mother.
Go to Job 14
Mother and
1.
grandmother.
Job 14 1.
Mother and grandmother.
Women in general. All right, women in general are causing these young men to shoot each other, murder one another. They act off their emotions because that's created by women. Okay.
The book of
The devil tried to
Job,
show the word, but-
chapter 14, verse 1.
Yeah.
Man that is
Yes.
born of a woman
Yes.
is of a few days and full of
There
trouble.
you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Say that one more time, please.
Man that is born of a woman is of few days and full of trouble.
Yeah. Okay.
Now you see why Barron County always full.
Yes.
Sometimes it gets so popular. They say, man, who got the pettiest shit in here? I'm gonna let them go.
Yeah.
You go, man, they let me off early, man. I would have been into Swanson.
Yeah, yes.
You ain't got the charge we gave you. Go ahead and go home out my face.
He's gonna come back in.
Nigga, just don't come back over here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get your ass old in.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's how they treat you. I'm saying
That's
it
true.
wrong.
That's true. I first got here from Detroit.
Okay.
Don't have no felonies, don't misdemeanor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I bought a house in Niles.
Okay.
And they called this officer Uncle Moore. I said, he pulled me over. I said, I don't know no Uncle Moore because I'm not from around here. You know, he ran to see where I'm from. Searched my car,
Yep.
didn't find nothing. 2 weeks later, I go to visit somebody. They take me to jail.
Wow.
8 felonies. When I got to the Niles police station, before I got to St. Joe, it reduced to 5. When I got to St. Joe, it reduced to 3. They had me in the holding tank, took me
That's
upstairs. The whole weekend, that Tuesday, I remember the calling card from my godbrother in Detroit.
Wow.
He's a lawyer at the Renaissance Center. And he told me, when you talk to the magistrate on Wednesday, tell him this or I'll be down. And he was talking more, and the phone just shut off.
Now let me ask you something. Now
I did not do
other
nothing.
day I had to go do MRI on my ankle, right, on my leg, right. Now I remember vividly growing up, right.
Yeah.
There's people getting 25 years to life in prison for marijuana.
Yeah.
What we call weed.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know, it's all the fucking dispensaries
Right.
that are out here.
Yes.
When you go in there, just buy it, right?
Right.
Cause they know Esau knowing no fucking drug. It's not narcotic. But look, dig this though.
It's true.
So what do you do about those guys who locked up for 25 years to life?
You're supposed to let them go because it's law now.
Well, what did they do in reality?
Keep them.
No, I'm saying, what did they do in reality?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Right. They made something that
You got
just
fucking
okay.
blips and flames running around with fucking the name of these different dispensaries
Right.
promoting.
Right.
You have it in some states where you if you want to smoke crack,
Yeah.
you want to do heroin,
Yeah.
PCP, all that stuff, they got a vending machine out now.
But see, you know, this is the thing in
But
Canada.
hold on, bro. Stay with bro. Stay with bro.
Listen.
But they them the war on drugs, right?
Yes.
Which Esau created, so-called white man created.
Yes.
Crack cocaine in the lab.
Yes.
You look at the history, they tell you all that.
Yes.
Which was they did it through the CIA. CIA is part of what?
Yes.
U.S. government.
Yes. Now it's all
The show Snowfall show you all that.
Yes.
Government involved.
Yes,
They show
yes,
you.
yes.
They don't show you every detail. The
They're
film
not
stuff,
gonna go too
but
much.
They show you they involved. Because who set up Franklin? The CIA. Who he worked for?
Yes.
All right, then.
Yes, we're going. Yes.
So we're going. We're gonna go
Yes,
to
yes.
the source, bro.
Yes.
So now you look at it. You go in the vending machine and get it out of there, right?
Yeah.
Well, what the fuck you like these men up for? Okay.
Yeah.
For the same shit that you're giving away or selling out of a machine now or store now.
Now, this is the thing. My dad, true story, he started off as a chemist.
Give me
A chemist
Give me
intern.
that Psalms 10. Give me the Psalms 10.
Chemist intern at University of Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Now the title is doctor for chemistry. They have medicine. They had medical weed, marijuana out before, back in the 70s, 80s, and it comes through the government and it gives to the university
Part
to
two.
test. Them monkeys that have about 200
Yeah.
monkeys in cages. One takes a shot of heroin every 5 seconds. One gets a dosage every 10 seconds and whatever. They had 3 cages on these monkeys.
Mhm.
Stool, a hat, a stool, a guitar, whatever.
Yep.
When he hits that 5 seconds, he supposed to have it in 10. A bunch of course pulled him back. That 5-minute charge, he picks his cage and boom, boom, and now they have to log everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what Esau
Right,
do.
right,
He study on the
right,
study on the
right,
animals.
right. They have
to know the reaction
chimpanzees,
you're gonna get.
baboons. I
Yeah,
seen it
yeah.
all. I was 5 years old going to the University of Michigan in the chemistry lab. Now you have to be a doc. He trained doctors, and they gave him the title of a doctor with even going to, because of the
This is the
experience.
thing though, bro. This
Yeah.
is the thing though.
Yeah.
See, Esau always do that.
Yes. It's been
That's,
going
that's,
on.
well, first and foremost, you know, Esau is the real identity of the
Yes.
so-called group, the man you call white.
But see when
But hold on. That's who Esau is.
Yeah.
Everyone has a biblical nationality. Okay?
Yes.
The biblical nationality of the people you call
Yeah.
white are Edomites.
Yes.
So what he does
yes,
is,
yes, yes.
so what he do is,
Yeah.
now you go into study on animals,
Yes.
whether it be rats,
Right.
monkeys, what have you.
Right.
They study on animals so they can see the reaction they're going to get. Because they perfect it, right?
Right.
They perfect it.
Right.
Right.
I'm listening.
Go to Psalm 64.
Yeah.
Go to Psalm 64. They encourage themselves in the evil matter.
Yes.
This is literally what they do.
Right.
Okay?
Sure that.
So what they do is when they see reaction what happens in the animals,
Right.
how it take about their normal behavior into
Right.
some rival behavior. All right?
Right.
And back and forth, they perfect it on them. They know how they're gonna react in the people.
Right. Exactly.
Read that.
Right. That's true.
Psalm 64 verse 5, they encourage themselves in an evil matter.
In the
Yeah.
evil matter.
Oh,
That's evil.
that is-
because you study
take away-
chemical warfare.
Right.
All right, to put or use it on the people.
Right. Self-destruction.
Well, actually, it's not
But
self-destruction.
to draw destruction towards someone
Yeah,
else.
you're perpetuating or you're promoting or creating destruction.
Right.
All right,
Yeah.
or you create self-destruction for people.
Right. That's
Say that.
yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
read that again.
It says, they encourage themselves in an evil matter.
Yeah,
They consume of laying
they
snares
commune
Right.
privily.
privately.
They say, who shall see them?
Yeah, because when they making these chemical weapons in the
Right.
labs,
Right.
they say who see them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
The reason why some of these black Latino boys, our Israelite boys, are artistic is because of Esau.
Yeah.
They recreate
The
food.
whistleblowers,
Right.
There are doctors that expose that whole immunization.
This is one
You
question.
know what I'm saying? Hold on. The immunization that they convince our women to put into our child at birth,
Yes.
and then later on they become autistic, slow to learn all that shit.
Right. It's
Autism.
autism. Yeah.
And this guy, the actor Robert De Niro,
Yeah.
that's a Jake. You know, he's an Israelite.
Yeah.
He speaks out against that.
Yeah.
But see, he has a platform. We don't.
Right.
As far as, you know, we have a platform,
Yeah,
and
but
they
not
know
as-
the whole world. Well, I mean, let me not say that we don't have a platform.
Right.
Because our platform actually the biggest platform on the world.
Right.
The YouTube, the internet.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Because everybody knows Israelites, okay?
Yeah.
So we do have a platform. The Wadi Habashim Shah, he has created a platform for his men to push out his word.
Right.
So I can't say we don't have a platform.
Yeah, you have a lot
It's
of
just somebody of Robert De Niro's stature in the
Right,
society.
right.
They would listen to him more
More.
because they stole a rich man's words.
Yes, and that's he can.
They stole
he
rich
can
man's
go-
words.
He can go
Okay?
further with it. Right.
Yeah, because now you see why when they attacked this guy Kyrie Irving and this guy Kanye West, when they mentioned about the Israelites. See the small hats, okay, they know who we are. They the ones put us in slavery. They the
Right.
ones that warred against us, came against us, right?
Right.
They know exactly who we are, right?
Right.
But this Kyrie Irving and this Kanye West guy, same with Carmelo Anthony, he had to go ahead and retire because they platform and they influence
right.
on society.
Right.
They have society that has to shut down.
They got that through there with their
Exactly.
profession.
Kodak
But when
Black.
I'm
You know that precept, but you can get it.
But this one
they
thing
stole
I
rich
have-
man's words. And,
like when you go and they say, man,
That's
in this one,
Ecclesiastes.
I asked my mother, and she said, Now, Jesus is made in the image of man. Why is on the churches, they don't have no coloring? But see, I realized that Notre Dame has like 3 of the real Bibles locked up in their vault.
Well,
and one of them is the Yardian Bible, and one of them is the Seventh-day Adventist Bible.
Well,
because
I'm gonna say this.
most of the characters, some of the characters they portray to be
You got that?
Caucasian
You really-
are actually
Get this out, brother.
black by the cultures of where they was climates where they were living.
It's Ecclesiastes 13:23.
Uh-huh.
When a rich man speaketh,
There you go.
Yeah.
every man holdeth his tongue.
Ah.
It's
Yeah.
it's Kyrie saying
Yeah,
something,
yeah,
or
yeah.
it's Kanye
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
something.
Yeah.
But when they look at us, it's like, oh,
right,
these niggas.
Right. That's why Magic said they look at him as being Caucasian when he actually, he's.
Well, Magic Johnson, he's part of that society.
Yeah.
He sold out.
Yeah.
He got benefits. He got the benefits of selling out. So
Yeah.
But look at what Magic Johnson did behind closed doors. Came out through his son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Oh yeah.
I didn't think
The
about
scriptures
that.
tell you that.
But that's true though. I mean, I see it.
Wayne
Since you
son,
told me now,
Wayne son.
I never
Wayne,
looked at it.
yeah.
I never looked at it like that. But that's.
I'ma read it for you, bro.
That's true. I believe that.
I'm gonna read it
I
for
believe
you.
that.
I'm gonna read the rest of that verse.
And
you
his
can
parents
read
were
it.
God
Check,
fearing.
yeah, hear this out, brother. When a rich man speaketh,
Yeah.
every man holdeth his tongue.
Yeah.
And look,
Yes.
what he saith, they extol it to the clouds. But if the poor man speak,
Mhm.
they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him. So they
that's-
saying, they saying if a poor man speak with wisdom,
Right.
they saying, man, who's these niggas, man?
Right.
What fellow is this?
Right.
There is nobody paying attention with
Right.
a poor man with wisdom.
Right.
Pay
Wow.
attention to wise rich
I like
men
that.
speak. The Kanye.
Y'all some wise men, man.
Steve.
All 3 of you men.
Steve.
With 3 stay in his church.
And this is actually real church, right?
Right.
The word of church go back to the word
Heritage.
ecclesia or ecclesiastes.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
called out.
Yeah.
Called out. So this is this is Sirach. Go to your phone. I want you to read it. Go to your platform and type in his children. The man may be known through his the man's day of death. He may be known through his children. But with Magic Johnson,
Yes,
he ain't dead, but you still can see his works that he done in the dark are being revealed in the light through his son.
And his son was
Because-
so similar to him. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
That's
That's
what
that
he
in a
can't.
dress.
Yeah, he can't even run from it.
Yeah,
you
man. That's wicked.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy 22:5.
Yeah.
A man shall not wear that which pertaineth to a woman.
Right.
All right, a man should not put on a woman's garment.
Right.
Neither should a man put on, woman's apparel. Yeah.
Versus vice versa.
So you see a lot of celebrities wearing dresses.
Yes.
So-called black men in dresses in Hollywood.
Yes.
It's the reason why the small has to make them do that.
Yes. But it's crazy because now they have extra pressures that be because when we were growing up, it wasn't like as bad as it is.
Yeah,
But
Jamie
through-
Foxx?
But yeah, through technology and time, he just
They on his ass already. He ain't even saying that. They on his ass.
Yeah.
He just come out with coma and all that kind of shit. He just made something like they talk bad about a man named Jesus. You're anti-Semitic. Like, come on, man.
There's so much pressure in that, man.
That's a made up term.
Yeah.
Anti-Semitic is a made up
Yeah.
term.
And sometimes they in too deep. Once you did what you did.
Well, Kyrie Irving said it best. All them celebrity jakes, he said, how can you call me anti-Semitic when I am Semitic?
Right.
And the real word is Shemitic. Meaning
Right.
you come from one of Noah's 3 sons, Shem.
Yeah. Yes.
And we're the chosen line of Shem.
Yes.
They came through Shem with the Israelites.
Yes.
So how can you be anti-someone you are the very
Person.
Shemitic people that the Lord had chosen?
They always, what the thing is.
But when you say that, now you're a bad person, you're an evil person. When the same people that did that call you that shit, they didn't want to steal your identity.
Right, but
Nope.
that's why I was telling someone. Cain killed Abel. I mean, yeah.
You know who Cain was?
Black.
No. Well, he was at first, but you know who he was?
Who was it?
After the flood, everybody came back to the earth, right?
Right.
Because remember, the Lord, he saved 8 people from the
Yeah.
flood. Noah, you had Noah and his wife,
Yeah.
and they had 3 sons, right?
Yes.
Ham, Shem, and Japheth.
Yes, yes.
And then they each had a wife.
Yes, yes.
So 8 people lived through the flood, right?
Right. From there on.
And from after the flood, the
Yes.
Lord repopulated the earth through those 3 sons.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Most of the nations come through Shem.
Yes. Correct.
So you look at the line of Shem,
Right.
you had the let's go through it. Elam, the
Yeah.
so-called East Indians, who have
Yes.
come of them,
Yes.
Persians, right?
Yes.
You have Ishmael,
Yeah.
the so-called Arabs,
Yeah.
all right, the sons of Ishmael. You have Moab, the
Yeah.
so-called Chinese.
Yes.
Because you know, Jake in prison, they say, I'm a Moabite. Nigga, you ain't a Moabite.
Right.
A Moabite is a so-called Chinese person.
Right.
You have Ammon,
Yeah.
the so-called Japanese.
Right.
All right.
Right.
And then you have what I'm missing. You got the sons of Ham. All right, drop that. Go on to Genesis 10. Okay, sons of Ham.
Yeah.
Ham had Mizraim,
Yeah.
Put, Canaan,
Yeah.
and Cush.
Yeah.
Go to Genesis 10. Read this.
Genesis
top.
verse 10, verse 1. Now, these are the generations of the sons of Noah,
See? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
Mhm.
And unto them 3 were sons born after the flood.
Mhm.
The sons of Japheth, Gomer and Magog.
Magog.
Magog. And Madai and Javan.
Yep.
And Tubal and Meshesh.
Tubal and Meshach.
Meshach. And Tiras. And the sons of Gomer.
So that didn't mention Japheth first, right? Japheth is the Hawaiian, Polynesian, Samoan,
Okay.
the Aborigines of
Right.
Australia.
And all. Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
Right.
that's the Truskins.
Right. So that's
Which there was people of color too.
Right.
There was people of color too.
Right.
And what happened was the Edomites pushed them out. And that's why you go into the Greek Empire, there was Edomites.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they pushed the people of Japheth,
Right.
which is the real Greek people, or original Greek people, they ain't got pushed out and took on their names.
Wow.
That's why I said so they oppress a man, even the man in his heritage.
Right.
Also, it says that they call their lands out their own names. In this particular instance, all right, Esau kept those same names, took them on as himself.
Wow.
And then, even during the time of the Greeks, when they took over Egypt, you had
Yeah.
Ptolemy them all in Egypt, right? When they took on Egypt, they called themselves pharaohs.
Yes.
So that's how you got the so-called white pharaohs.
Yeah. Ah.
Yeah.
And it's got this
So that was us too.
huh?
That's why it said the rich. We were rich at one time.
Well, them Hamites though. The
Right.
pharaohs go back to the Egyptians.
Okay.
Them Hamites. Them not us.
So now that would be the Catholic.
No. The Catholic.
Yeah.
That's
the
something
culture.
different, bro. That's
I'm
something
talking about their culture. Which,
Their culture is, they got different cultures over there. The heathen worship idols, first of all.
Right.
They worship idols.
Right.
And then you have like over there today, you have like they same idols. They have
Right.
they have Islamic, they have Christian,
Right.
Christianity
The
over
re-
there.
The reason why I say that because they worship and paying for sins. You can't pay for your sins, and you worship.
Free
and
sin.
you
Well,
talking to
it
the wrong
was never
person.
given to them to worship Mosai.
Right. Okay.
Read that. We read
Exodus 11 and 7.
Yeah.
But against any of the children of Israel
Uh-huh.
shall not a dog move his tongue
Mhm.
against man or beast, that ye may know
Right.
that the Most High do put a difference between the Egyptians
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Israel.
Now go to you got your Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary.
The what?
Your
Yeah.
Zondervan.
I got Bible dictionary. Come.
Yeah. Go to Ham.
I know it's getting late. I gotta go, but
All right. Well, before you go, I want
Yeah.
you to hit something real
Yeah.
quick, bro. You stay
Oh, I'm
long
listening. I'll
enough.
be back too.
Well, you know,
This
just
is
Ham.
listen. That way you just
Yes.
And Bible dictionary. Warm. Wait, no.
no.
The race of Ham were the most energetic of all
No,
the.
what is that? No. That ain't the Zondervan. That's I don't know what the hell you read.
Bible dictionary.
No.
Eden's Bible dictionary.
This is Ham. They the one I want. They the one I crawl for. This is Ham right here. This is Ham. That's why we use. That's why we gotta get your Zondervan.
This is so knowledgeable, man. I appreciate you.
Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. I was the 8 people that lived.
Yes.
Ham.
he became the progenitor or the father
Right.
of the dark races, not the Negroes,
Right.
but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites.
Yeah. Steve,
So
man.
read that now read that again. Read it again. Read it again.
Leviticus 11:7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Most High do put a difference between the Egyptians
Right.
and Israel.
Now go to Jeremiah 14:2. Go to Jeremiah 14:2. This is why we're gonna go past the Genesis 10.
So this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the
Yeah,
ground.
the ground is different shades of brown. 'Cause you know such thing as black people.
Right.
With different shades of brown as a people.
Right.
That's
From-
you
from
right
the-
there.
From
It don't get no clearer than that.
from the lead tribe on down, different
Right.
shades of brown, and even some of our people like the other nations as well. That's the truth, because your blood ain't going by your fathers. So we know that Judah, which is the lead tribe of Israelites, of the
Yeah.
12 tribes,
Yeah.
black unto the ground. Go to Hebrews 7:14.
Mm-hmm.
Hebrews 7:14 tell you that our Lord sprang out of the tribe of Judah. When you go into the description of the Messiah, which his name is Yahushua,
Yeah.
that's his true name in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew, which he spoke.
Right.
All right, and it's the language of our forefathers, okay,
Right.
the so-called Black, Latino, Native American. Our forefathers spoke the ancient Paleo actual Hebrew, okay?
Right.
And it tell you that our Messiah
Right.
came through the line of Judah. Go to Hebrews 7:14.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 7, verse 14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, of
See,
which
Judah black unto the ground.
Right.
And they won't even call. Now we're reading in this language right now,
Right.
which this language even changed because it wasn't no J back then.
Exactly.
As a matter of fact, they didn't even call Judah or Judah back then.
Right, exactly.
They went by the name Yahweh.
Right. Right.
Or
what-
you say Yahweh or
Yeah.
Yahweh, okay, which means you a Judite or you are of the tribe of Judah.
Right.
Okay, so
Yeah.
because that name, Psalm 76 chapter in the first verse, you get that real quick. That name is a special name among the 12 tribes.
Right.
Because that has the Heavenly Father name within that tribe name.
Right.
Because the Heavenly Father, the Most High name is Yahweh.
Right.
Okay? And his son, when he came down to earth, he sent the son down on earth in the likeness of man. And he came to the line of
Now
Judah,
you
which his name is
explained it all.
Yahushua.
You explained it all, man. You explained it all.
Psalm 76:1 tells you this.
book of Psalms, 76, verse 1.
Yeah.
To the chief musician on Neginoth,
Just read the verse. Just read the verse.
a psalm or song of Asaph. And Judah is God known. His name is great in Israel.
Why? Because if you go to the blue letter, Strong's, or you just go to ancient, you know how to read Hebrew, it'll say Yahweh. Yahweh is the Most High Heavenly Father name, and then Da is a short way of saying Tawada. Tawada means thank you, and you say thank you in English. You say what for short? Thanks.
Thanks. Right.
So you saying Da is just like saying thanks. So
Right.
Yahweh thanks.
Partial.
It's partial thank you. So you just exactly.
Right.
So you just saying Yahweh thanks when you say Judah.
So
you
you
say
miss-
Yahweh, then you saying Yahweh thanks.
So you missing half your blessings already.
Well, Lord willing, we be those men. Okay.
Right. Exactly.
So yeah, I'll let you go ahead. Continue with that. Good,
Yeah,
good talking to you, brother.
thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Yep,
It's been a pleasure, man.
All right,
Be
brother.
blessed.
All right, brother.
Be blessed. Be blessed. Thank you.
All right,
I
brother.
learned
Enjoy
a
your
lot,
day.
a lot today.
Hey.
Israelite,
you guys
man.
gonna be here?
Hey, I come out here once a week. This is the best day to come out here for me
Thank
because
you.
of my work schedule. But it's all right,
I
brother.
appreciate it.
Remember, you're Israelite, bro.
Yeah. Israelite.
Yes,
All right.
thank you.
So hey, we go. This brother walk away. We
One
gonna.
more scripture.
No, we gonna go to go back to Genesis 10. We're gonna keep going to Genesis 10. But just remember you're Israelite, bro. And then
Yes.
the more importantly, see, knowing you're Israelite is not just it's not the thing that gonna get you in. All right. The thing gonna get you in is do you believe?
Right.
Faith.
Right, faith.
Faith.
Yeah.
Because you know why? Ephesians 2:8 tell you that faith is a gift of the Most High.
Yes.
And it's in scriptures also, Paul said all men have not faith. I believe it was Paul or was it Peter? It said all men have not faith.
Yes.
The men that's talking about is the men of Israel.
Right.
So the main thing is you have faith. And then if you have faith, then you got to produce the works
Yeah, faith without works is dead.
that show your faith.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what you see us
Yeah.
doing right
That's
now,
why-
the work.
that's what
What I'm
got
doing is the work.
Right.
So yeah, you want to be one of those Israelites.
Right,
You don't want to be one of the Israelites
right.
that
Stagnant.
yeah, idle.
Right.
You know you're Israelite, but you ain't doing nothing to help the
Right.
ministry out.
Right.
You ain't doing the work.
Doing something and
Yeah.
improve.
Because hey, Yahweh Shah spoke about the men that's
Gotta wake up Israel, man.
yeah.
Yes.
Yahweh Shah spoke about the servants that are standing there idle, not
Yeah.
doing the work.
Yes, yes.
So, all right, brother. All right.
Thank you.
All right, brother.
Thank you.
No problem. Go back to Genesis 10. We're going to go into that.
It's the book of Genesis 10 verse 1. Now these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And unto them were sons born after the flood, the sons of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, and Madai, and Javan, and Tubal, and Meshech.
Yeah, so you go into those names, you go into like, what's the deal with Ezekiel 38. You go into the speak about Gog and Magog, you know.
Right.
We know that it goes back to the Japhetic names, okay? But the Japhetic people are not there. Who's there? The Edomites, okay? That's because I want to make a point off that because one thing like theologians say, well, it's talking about Japheth. Well, Japheth's not in the fucking land, so how you gonna say it's talking about Japheth? Okay? That's how you know the Lord ain't give the understanding to these goddamn theologians. Okay? Now you go to Ezekiel 38, right? Hold what you got, right? Hold that. You might, matter of fact, hold that and get your phone. Because on the blue letter, it tells you that you look at those names that say Japheth, right? Go to Ezekiel 38 and read it. Then go to the Strongs on the blue letter. It'll tell you Japheth.
Okay, Ezekiel 38,
Start one.
verse 1. Ezekiel 38, verse 1. And the word of the Most High came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog,
There you go.
the chief prince of Meshech.
You just read it. Gog, Magog, Meshech, all the names just came out of Genesis 10 chapter, right?
Right.
Go ahead.
And Tubal, and prophesy against him.
To Baal, right? Your name was in Genesis 10 too, right?
Right.
So we go back to who? Japheth, right?
Right.
You read it in Genesis 10 chapter. But who's in those lands?
Esau.
Right, because how we know we was talking about Esau? Because look at the map of them same names.
Right.
You can Google biblical map. All right? Google biblical map today, right? Or today's biblical map. How do you want to word it, right? And it'll show you those names, right? And you have like go to Google and do that. All right? Because vocab try that shit. Last time about Japheth, man. And Esau and Japheth is two different nations.
Gog and Magog map.
What countries sit right there? What countries are there?
Showing up,
You should have said Gog and Magog map today. And it'll come right up. It'll come right up. It should say Russia. Then it say all different other countries too. Turgamar. I think Turkey sits in Turgamar. All that.
it's in the middle of Magog, Turgamah. Gomer's on the left.
Right. Magog.
Gog is. Oh, see Gog.
You type it in the way I told you to type it in?
Huh.
Just say the map of Gog and Magog today. The map of Gog and Magog today. It should automatically came up. But so you might click on the wrong one.
Yeah, I
though.
went on images. Let's see.
On images, right?
Yeah.
No, you can click on images. It'll show you. It'll show you, bro. You just gotta know what to go to. There you go, right? That's the one you want.
Europe.
There you go.
Europe.
It takes, you gotta know, you learn it, so it takes time. It takes time.
Yeah.
Now you can read it. Now it show you the countries, right?
Right.
Now, Read the names of the countries and call out the biblical name. There's a biblical name right beside the name.
Tarshish, Gomer, Magog, Gog, Rosh, Tubal, Meshech.
Hold on. Slow down. Say the names.
Gog, Rosh,
Russia. Should say Russia. You can't see that?
yeah, Russia.
Yeah, there you go.
Russia's right above Gog.
Right. It's the names are right beside each other. All right. So Gog, you say Russia and it says Gog.
Magog is between like Poland,
Okay, there you go.
Ukraine, Poland, Ukraine, and Belarus.
Belarus. Yep.
Belarus.
Remember the Russians are right now. They're threatening to defend the Belarusians. That's Belarus is Belarusian.
Right.
All right, go ahead.
Gomer is between Switzerland and France.
See, go ahead.
And Tarshish is at United Kingdom.
See, there you go. Okay, go, keep going.
Tagama is
Togarmah.
Near Turkey.
Turkey, there you go.
And Gog is mainly Russian.
Yeah, so these are the Isles. All right, so this is going to the Isles of Gentiles. The Japhetic people, this was their land first. Europe, okay, what you call Europe today. The Japhetic people, all right, this is the land or the inheritance that was given into them. But do we see the Japhetic people there? No. Esau pushed them out and took on their names. Okay? So now we go to Ezekiel 38:1 again. All right, go back to Ezekiel 38:1, read it.
All right. Book of Ezekiel, chapter 38, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him.
Right.
And say, Thus saith the Most High, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thy army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor.
Yeah, see? So now we know it's talking about who? The Russians.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
What's going on right now?
Ukraine and Russia.
You have the Russians. They invaded Ukraine.
Right.
Based on their national security interests. Because who's trying to take it over? NATO. America and the rest of NATO. Which they're enemies. Okay? That show you that a house that's divided against each other cannot stand, because they are Edomites fighting over, fighting within each other. Okay? And the Lord is putting the hooks into the jaws of Gog, all right, and turning them back to face who? Babylon.
Harden his heart like Pharaoh.
Well, the Most High, no, it will hooks to that jaws, meaning what? Like you would put in a horse, and you put the bridle on them.
Yeah, right.
And you control them.
Right.
The Most High is controlling them. Proverbs 21. Proverbs 21.
Just thinking that.
Yeah, Proverbs 21. Because what Vladimir Putin is talking about? He's talking about his Russia's national security threats. Talking about Russia's national security threats, which if Ukraine was coming a part of NATO, yeah, it would be a threat to them. Okay.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 21, verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Most High, as the rivers of water. He turneth whatsoever he will.
Yeah, so the grain deal that's going on between Russia and the reason why it's so much a big deal, because who controls that? Russia and Ukraine, right? Mainly Russia now, because Russia pretty much took down Ukraine. They hold on for dear life, okay? Zelensky, your ass is through, okay? You should have won with a better team. Stupid. He's a sucker, man. The Lord is against Babylon. Okay. Give me Jeremiah 50. Give me Jeremiah 50. All right, Jeremiah 50.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
The word that the Most High spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans.
Because you gotta qualify that, right? So we know that there's two different Babylons in the scriptures. We know that there's the old Babylonian kingdom, okay, and then we know that the daughter of Babylon. All right, you said the virgin daughter of Babylon. You said as well.
Right.
Okay, it's speaking about what? The Edomites, Psalms 137. Okay, now continue on. Because it mentions the daughter of Babylon and says, "Ooh, Edom, who ought to be destroyed." Right? It says Edom. Go ahead.
And against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet.
Mm-hmm.
Declare ye among the nations, and publish and set up a standard. Publish and conceal not.
Mm-hmm.
Say Babylon is taken. Bel is confounded. Merodach.
Baal is an idol. Baal is an idol. Okay? Baal is an idol. America is full of idols. All right? America is full of idol worship. That's why witchcraft and enchantments is all through America. Because everybody, the elites of society, of Esau society are what? They're in the masonry. Masonry is witchcraft. Ain't no goddamn masons in the Bible. That's two different masons. A mason is a master builder. All right, a mason is someone that builds something. Masonry is something totally different. All right, they lie all the time. I had an uncle used to do that shit. My great uncle used to do that shit. Try to make it in the Bible, man. No, nigga, you was masonry. That's witchcraft, nigga. All right? Mason is someone that's like an architect that builds something. Builds structures of buildings, what have you, right? Two different things. What the hell they building? Nothing. They destroying society. That masonry shit. Actually, probably said it's witchcraft. Satanic worship. Go ahead. You got many masonry people that's in that masonry stuff. These guys right here. All right, you go to the police department right here. Matter of fact, over here in St. Joe, the main roads and Niles, they got the fucking police Masonic order right there on the main street right there in Niles. There's shells on Niles Street.
Yeah.
Hey, right across from is the fucking police Masonic order. When you go to Shells, look across the street there, you'll see it.
Yeah.
You'll see it. Read it. When you go there, read it. All right, go ahead. So Babylon is going to be taken by the Lord. Okay? That's why the Lord, when he comes back, he's going to take down Esau. Who controls Babylon? Esau. All right, go ahead.
Merodach is broken in pieces. Her idols are confounded. Her images are broken in pieces.
Mm-hmm.
For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her.
So what's the nation or land that sits further north? What's the main country that sits further
Russia.
furthest north? It's right, Russia. The country that sits furthest north is Russia. All right, that's how we know that when we spoke about Gaul, the Most High turned the hooks of Gaul, meaning controlling it, going at Babylon. All right,
Canada too. Is it going to turn against Babylon?
well, with Obadiah.
That's north too.
Well, no. All the nations will come against America.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, Canada's going to be a part of that, right? And that goes to Obadiah. Go to Obadiah, verse 7. Obadiah 7, verse 8. Obadiah.
Obadiah 1 verse
So
7.
all the men of thy confederacy.
Right, verse 7.
Yeah, there you go.
All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border.
Yeah.
The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee, and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee.
That's all you need. So Canada's a part of that confederacy. Okay. Now go back where you was at.
Jeremiah 50 verse 3. For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein.
Now, the theologians, the white protected Christians, they ain't talking about Babylon. They ain't talking about Babylon. Was the old Babylonian kingdom destroyed by fire? No. The answer is no.
The Median Persians.
The Median Persians took it over.
Yes.
What goes into that? The book of Daniel. Okay? We have Belshazzar.
Yeah.
What's that? Daniel, is that Daniel 19? Go to
Daniel, what verse?
Daniel, let me, bear me 1 second.
Daniel the dream.
I think it's the 8th chapter of Daniel. Yeah, go 8th chapter of Daniel. Go to 8th chapter of Daniel.
Book of Daniel.
Because what they was doing was having a feast. They was partying, and this nigga Belshazzar, this proud nigga, this heathen, all right, he got so prideful, this nigga took out the goodly pleasant things that he took from the kingdom of Judah and started drinking. He's gonna read it. It's gonna go into this. It's gonna go into it.
Book of Daniel, chapter 8, verse 1. In the 3rd year of the reign of King Belshazzar, a vision appeared unto me, even unto me Daniel, after that which appeared unto me at the first. And I saw
Daniel, not Danielle.
Daniel.
Yeah.
And I saw in a vision. And it came.
Danielle, you're gonna say, Danielle is more feminine.
Oh.
Hey man, it is,
Yeah.
Kind of like you speak Spanish, You say Mexicano, that's a man. That's a Mexican man. Mexicana, that's a Mexican woman. So I don't like that. That's kind of effeminate to me. So Daniel, Daniel, you say, oh, that's a man. Danielle, you gonna think of a woman. So just say Daniel, brother.
And I saw in a vision, and it came to pass, when I saw that I was at Shushan, in the palace, which is in the province of Elam.
Province. It's province.
Province of Elam. And I saw in a vision, and I was by the river of Ulai. Then I lifted up my eyes and saw, and behold, there stood before the river a ram, which had 2 horns.
And the ram that had 2 horns.
And the 2 horns were high, but one was higher than the other.
Right. You had let's qualify that. Okay.
2 horns.
Go to jump to the 20th verse.
Verse 20. The ram which thou sawest having 2 horns are the kings of Media and Persia.
There you go. That explains the horns.
Right.
Because you had the Medes that came up, okay, and go back to that verse that said the 2 horns. So one was bigger than the other.
Verse 3. Then I lifted up my eyes and saw, and behold, there stood before the river a ram, which had 2 horns. And the 2 horns were high, but one was higher than the other.
Yeah, because you had the Medes and the Persians that took down the Babylonians. All right, specifically between the 2 Medes and Persians, the Persians became the greater of the 2.
It's the Iranians today, right? Persians, the Iranians today.
That's right. Persians, Iranians. There you go. They went from 1935 when they changed the name.
Right.
Okay, so that's explaining it, right? And this Belshazzar, okay, which he was the last king. And the last king was taken down by Darius. Okay, he took him down. Okay, and then the Persians took over the Medes. That's why it's known as the Media-Persian Empire, because the Medes came up and then the Persians came up higher. They was the more powerful of the two, was the Median Persian Empire. Okay, so go back to the third verse. Start there and keep reading.
Verse 3, Daniel 8, verse 3. Then I lifted up my eyes and saw, and behold, there stood before the river a ram, which had 2 horns. And the 2 horns were high, but one was higher than the other.
Yeah.
And the higher came up last. I saw the ram pushing westward.
Okay, now we know it's talking about the Median Persians, right? So we're gonna leave it right there. That's all we need from that. Let's go to the 9th chapter. All right, go to 9th chapter. Go to the 9th chapter of Daniel. Okay, and make sure I get it right. Okay. I want to go to well, this heathen was bragging and boasting, and Daniel had told him what time it was. So go to where it says it speaks about them pardoning. Bear with me 1 second. I think it's the end of the 8th chapter. To tell you how they was partying. Let me get that. I want to get this precept. Matter of fact, go to Daniel chapter 5. Go to Daniel chapter 5. Sorry. Go to Daniel 5:1. Daniel 5:1.
Book of Daniel, chapter 5, verse 1. Belshazzar the king made a great feast to 1,000 of his lords.
Yeah, this the feast right here. It's like, I got, you know, sometimes, you know, because what's going through my mind is, you know, the different chapters of Daniel.
Yeah.
Okay, and you know, it speaks about the different, it speaks about the 4 beasts. You know, I gotta, you know, make sure you get the right one. All right, you gotta line them scriptures up, brother. Precept upon precept. All right, go to Daniel 5:1.
Daniel 5:1. Belshazzar the king made a great feast to 1,000 of his lords, and drank wine before the 1,000.
Because this is the last king of the Babylonian Empire. Go ahead.
Belshazzar, while he tasted the wine, commanded to bring the golden and silver vessels, which his father Nebuchadnezzar had taken out.
Nebuchadnezzar or Nebuchadnezzar?
Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar.
Okay, Nebuchadnezzar, right? Say whom is what?
Had taken out of the temple.
Whom is what?
Nebuchadnezzar.
Read the first again.
Belshazzar, while he tasted the wine, commanded to bring the golden and silver vessels,
Okay.
which his father Nebuchadnezzar had taken out of the temple,
All right.
which was in Jerusalem.
Yeah, because you know going to Nebuchadnezzar the second.
Yeah.
Because you go into Nebuchadnezzar during the time of Jehoiakim. He had taken out this guy. Taking out the goodly pleasant things. Matter of fact, that's 2 Kings. I'll get that one. The siege of Jerusalem. Because the siege of Jerusalem, who besieged Jerusalem first? The great siege was
Nebuchadnezzar.
Nebuchadnezzar. It would be Nebuchadnezzar the second.
Yeah.
So, grab it 1 second. I think it's 2 Kings 24. that's crazy how that was going on because go to 2 Kings 24:1. I was now that's this morning, right? I was getting up, right? I was showered up, say your prayers and everything, and I was thinking about doing a lesson on this, right? I went into I was studying, right? And I was bringing up precepts, right? And this is one of the precepts that came to mind, or came up when I was studying. 2 Kings 24. Start at 1.
2 Kings 24, verse 1. In his days, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came up.
Which would be Nebuchadnezzar the second. All right, Nebuchadnezzar, that's how you say Nebuchadnezzar the second. Because his grandfather was Nebuchadnezzar the first. Okay? You go into the kings of Babylon, it tell you. Nebuchadnezzar the second was named that by his father. His father is Shlakia. Man, I know his name too, man. Shit. Well, anyway, his grandfather, his father's father, he was Nebuchadnezzar the first. Okay? Matter of fact, Google, go ahead, Google. I know his name just ain't, that's crazy. I was just going through it this morning. Too many GMOs, but nah.
Google Nebuchadnezzar.
Just type in his name, who is Nebuchadnezzar the second's father. Like Nebuchadnezzar, type in the name, look at the description.
Nebuchadnezzar.
Nabu or something like that?
Nabopolassar.
Nabu, yeah, okay, there you go. Nabopolassar. All right, that's his father. Now his father was Nebuchadnezzar the first. He was the first Nebuchadnezzar.
What race ethnicity these people is?
They was the kings of Babylon. Let's go into the Babylonian kings. Okay. So you go into go to Google. When you have time, go to Google. You type in the kings of Babylon, the Babylonian kingdom, or the kings of the Babylonian Empire. They give you a list of those kings. It even mentions Belshazzar. Okay.
Right.
So when you go into studying, you gotta go into history. Like I always tell you, gotta go into history to know who it's talking about. Because there's different Nebuchadnezzars.
Right.
Okay. Now you go into Nebuchadnezzar the second, right? And tell you he's the one that besieged Jerusalem. Okay. Go to Nebuchadnezzar. Type in Nebuchadnezzar the second, Nebuchadnezzar 2, and then it should Wikipedia even tell you. Matter of fact.
Yeah.
Now go to you can say Nebuchadnezzar the second besieged Jerusalem. All right, it'll come up and tell you what he did.
Yeah. It tells right here.
Read it.
What is Nebuchadnezzar II known for?
Mm-hmm.
Nebuchadnezzar II is known as the greatest king of the Chaldean dynasty of Babylonia. He conquered Syria and Palestine.
Because they took down the Syrians.
And made.
That's why we say the Syrians we say Babylonian / Assyrian Empire, because those two empires happened at the same time. You got the Babylonians that came up higher than the Assyrians. They took down the Assyrians.
Took northern king.
Which they took the north, that's right.
Yeah.
And the Babylonians took who? The southern kingdom.
Judah.
That's what we're going to right now.
Right.
Nebuchadnezzar II. Go ahead, read it.
He conquered Syria and Palestine and made Babylon a splendid city. He destroyed the temple of Jerusalem.
The temple of Jerusalem. Go to Deuteronomy 28 chapter. It's about to besiege, or they should besiege thee in all thy gates.
Deuteronomy 28 and
Maybe 20-some, 30-some verse, roughly. See, he shall besiege thee in all thy gates. Verse. I've been going for turn it right.
That's 52.
Well, y'all about to out shot. Is it 52?
Come, let's see. Deuteronomy 28, verse 52.
Yeah, read it.
And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates, until thy high and fenced walls come down, wherein thou trustest throughout all thy land. And he shall.
So before the Edomites, all right, the Romans besieged Jerusalem. Who besieged them first? The Babylonians did. We're reading the account right now. We're reading the account right now of the Babylonians besieging Jerusalem. Read that Deuteronomy 52. It's one of the curses. This is one of the curses that happened to the Israelites. All right, so Deuteronomy 28:52.
And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates, throughout all thy land, which the Lord thy power hath given thee. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thy own body.
Okay, that's it on that. It happened. So the siege happened in Babylonian time, and the siege happened also in Roman time too. Because the Romans made it to where when you're going to eat the fruit of their own body, the Romans made it to where they couldn't eat anything. They had around all the food. They started eating their own children. The cannibalism started. Deep dark history. That's a dark history right there. All right, so go back to what we had, 2 Kings 24. So we got the siege of Jerusalem that happened by the Babylonians and also the Romans as well. Matter of fact, go to 2 Kings 24.
Book of 2 Kings 24, verse 1. In his days, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came up and...
So that Nebuchadnezzar the who? The second. All right.
And Jehoiakim became his servant 3 years.
Yep.
Then he turned and rebelled against him. And the Most High sent against him bands of the Chaldees. And
See, the Chaldeans go back to who? The Babylonians.
Yep. And bands of the Syrians, and bands of the Moabites, and bands of the children of Ammon.
Yep.
And sent them against Judah.
Because the Lord set up the Babylonians.
It sent them against Judah to destroy it according to the word of the Lord, which he spake by his servants, the prophets.
All right, so now that's all you need on that. Go back to Daniel 5. Precept upon precept, here a little, there a little. Our main job is to come out here to prophecy, to teach prophecy.
The book of Daniel, chapter 5, verse 1.
Yep. Now we know. Now you just got some history. We know who was his grandfather who was talking about, and we know that it's talking about Nebuchadnezzar II, which some say that he was put in there by some scholars say he's the son of his grandfather's daughter. You got things like they say that too. Okay, but we know he was one of the kings of Babylon. As we know, his grandfather was Nebuchadnezzar II. You know.
Book of Daniel, chapter 5, verse 1. Belshazzar, the king, made a great feast to 1,000 of his lords.
This is the piece I'm talking about where this devil, this heathen, all right, was fucking, through his pride, okay, was having a feast, and he had a feast so great in his mind that he didn't even start to bring out the holy things that the Israelites had made, namely the tents of Judah, that his grandfather had took it from the tents of Judah, and now he want to have a good time drinking out of them and shit like that. Okay, he's gonna tell you about that.
And drink wine before the 1,000.
That's why the Lord sent the prophet Daniel to tell him what the fuck will happen to him. Because a lot of these heathen, when you conquer something, like you go into these different beasts, when these different kings would conquer when they would conquer people or nations, right? They get full of pride. And the Most High even reminded Nebuchadnezzar of what? I'm going to put you in power. Pretty much. That's what the Lord, when you turn into a beast,
Daniel 4:17. Rule the kingdom of men.
And so the Lord told Belshazzar, in the written on the hand, the writing written on the wall, it told him that. All right, keep reading.
Belshazzar, while he tasted the wine, commanded to bring the golden and silver vessels, which his father Nebuchadnezzar had taken out of the temple, which was in Jerusalem,
Yeah.
that the king and his princes, his wives, and his concubines might drink therein.
Mm-hmm. See? Drinking of the goodly things that was made by Israelites, that they were made to who? The Heavenly Father.
Stolen the goods.
Yeah, you're taking the goodly, not only the stolen goods, some of the most pleasant things that was made for the Lord. Go ahead.
Then they brought the golden vessels that were taken out of the temple of the house.
Now you see that?
Yeah.
You goddamn heathen, man. You gotta pay for that, man.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Out of the house of God, which was at Jerusalem, and the king and his princes, his wives and his concubines drank in them. But they drank wine and praised the gods of gold and of silver.
Yeah, so you took the goodly things that was made to the Most High, and you started worshiping your false gods, which are idols, right? Being lifted up in pride. Go ahead.
Of brass, of iron, of wood, and of stone.
Yeah. All right, now go. Now, jump down. It's going to say, where it says, the writing on the wall, many, many. You're going to see that. Go to that. Because he want to know what it means, right? And it tells you in Daniel, that same chapter,
I think it's verse 8.
where it says he want to be, he wanted the writing on the wall. Go, matter of fact, go to it. Keep reading. So we're going to speak about the writing on the wall. Then we're going to jump to the writing on the wall. Okay, go ahead.
Book of Daniel, chapter 5, verse 5.
Yep.
At the same hour came forth fingers of a man's hand and wrote over against the candlestick upon the plaster of the wall of the king's palace. And the king saw the part of the hand that wrote.
Yep.
Then the king's countenance was changed, and his thoughts troubled him.
Yeah, it's trouble because you know why? He went and got those enchanters, those witches, and all that. You know, them Chaldeans. He went and got them to try to get them to interpret the writing on the wall, and they couldn't. It tells you all that in the same chapter. They couldn't. Okay. Jump down to verse 16.
Verse 16. Daniel 5, verse 16. And I have heard of thee.
Matter of fact. Start at 15. 14. I'm sorry, 14.
Book of Daniel 5.
Matter of fact, Shlaki. I keep on jumping. Go to 13.
Book of Daniel 5, verse 13. Then was Daniel brought in before the king, and the king spake and said unto Daniel, Daniel, art thou that Daniel, which art of the children of the captivity of Judah, whom the king my father brought out of Jewry? I have even heard of thee, that the spirit of the gods is in thee, and that light and understanding and excellent wisdom is found in thee.
Now hold that. Go to Amos 3 and 7. Hold that.
Amos.
Yeah, go to Amos 3 and 7 and come back to where you left off at right there. Most time, man. He fuck with these heathens. He fuck with these heathens' thoughts, man. Because this nigga go get these fucking astrologers and all that shit, and you know these witches and warlocks, and he trying to get them to break down. I don't know, you know what the writing on the wall was. He couldn't. They go get Daniel. They go get Daniel, whom they had called him Belteshazzar. All right, they call him Belteshazzar. All right, gave him a whole other name. Ain't that some shit? Hey, go Amos 3 and 9. Read it real quick.
It's the book of Amos 3, verse 9. Published.
No. Amos 3 and 7. I'm sorry.
Amos 3, verse 7. Surely the Most High God will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
Now go back to Daniel. Daniel was a prophet on the Most High. Go ahead.
The book of Daniel.
That's the point, you know.
Daniel chapter 5, verse 13. Then was Daniel brought in before the king, and the king spake and said unto Daniel, Art thou that Daniel, which art of the children of the captivity of Judah, whom the king my father brought out of Jewry?
Keep going.
I have even heard of thee, that the spirit of the gods is in thee.
So Daniel broke down the dreams of his father to him. Okay. Daniel lived during that time. He broke down the dreams and stuff that was happening. The Most High revealed that to Daniel the prophet. Okay. When the Most High turned Nebuchadnezzar into a beast of the field, who you think broke that down and told him what happened? Daniel. Go ahead.
And that light and understanding and excellent wisdom is found in thee. And now the wise men, the astrologers, have been brought in before me, that they should read this writing and make known unto me the interpretation thereof. But they could not show the interpretation of the thing. And I have heard of thee that thou can make interpretations and dissolve doubts. Now, if thou can read the writing and make known to me the interpretation thereof, thou shalt be clothed with scarlet and have a chain of gold about thy neck, and shalt be the third ruler in the kingdom. Then Daniel answered and said before the king, Let thy gifts be to thyself, and give thy rewards to another. Yet I will read the writing unto the king, and make known to him the interpretation. O thou king, the most high God gave Nebuchadnezzar thy father a kingdom and majesty and glory and honor. And for the majesty that he gave him, all people, nations, and languages trembled and feared before him. Whom he slew, and whom he would kept alive, and whom he set up, and whom he put down. But when his heart was lifted up, and his mind hardened in pride, he was disposed from his kingly throne, and they took his glory from him.
Because the fourth chapter of Daniel go into that. Okay.
And even
And after all that, and after the Lord had go to Daniel 4 and go to Daniel 4. Oh, what you got? Daniel 4:31.
the book of Daniel, chapter 4, verse 31.
Talking about his his father Nebuchadnezzar. I was proud lifted up what the Most High did to him, turned into a beast of the field. Okay, go ahead.
While the word was in the king's mouth, there fell a voice from heaven, saying, O King Nebuchadnezzar, to thee it is spoken, the kingdom is departed from thee, and they shall drive thee from men, and thy dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field.
Here we go. Go ahead.
They shall make thee to eat grass as ox, and 7 times shall pass over
So the
thee.
nigga was eating, the Most High made this nigga eat grass like an ox. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
Until thou know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men,
And here we go.
and give it to whomsoever he will.
Keep going.
The same hour was the thing fulfilled upon Nebuchadnezzar, and he was driven from men, and did eat grass as ox, and his body was wet with the dew of heaven, till his hairs were grown like eagles' feathers, and his nails like birds' claws.
Go, keep going.
And at the end of the days, I, Nebuchadnezzar, lifted up my eyes unto heaven, and my understanding returned unto me, and I blessed the Most High, and I praised and honored him, that liveth forever.
Yeah, because you go into the story of Nebuchadnezzar, the second, when he conquered Jerusalem, he was, because all the nations stood still before him, right? When he conquered them, he was because he tell you he was a warrior king. He was actually out there in war fighting, okay? And he didn't see the heathen. They don't know the Most High, okay? And his heart was lifted up in him, with pride, and he was like, okay, he thought himself to be a god, okay? Kind of like you seen the movie 300 when Xerxes was like, I'm a god king, This is kind of the same thought that Nebuchadnezzar was having. The heathen don't think
Persian dude, the Persian dude.
Yeah, on the movie 300, yeah. See, the heathen don't think to give the Most High the glory because they don't know him. The Most High is known in the children of Israel.
Right.
So when they conquered, our ancestors, our brethren of the Southern Kingdom, you know what I'm saying? They thought to praise their idols, which they worship, which they call gods. They're no gods.
Right.
All right, Psalms 19:65. Okay.
The word of Jacob.
The God of Jacob. They didn't think to praise the power of Jacob. They had given them their rulership. They had this guy. They had the Babylonians, Marduk. Marduk. How do you pronounce it? Okay. When you go into some of the guys, one of the main ones was Marduk or Marduk, and they named some of their kings after him too. Okay. And not giving, like you say, not giving glory unto the Most High.
Right.
Okay, that ruled the kingdom of men. Okay. Keep going.
Whose dominion is an everlasting dominion, and his kingdom is from generation to generation.
Yeah, see? So the Most High gave him understanding, then he came to his senses. Like, damn. It was you that gave me this. Because he was boasting of his heart's desire and what he had conquered, man. So, go back to Daniel 5, where you left off at.
Book of Daniel, chapter 5, verse 1. Belshazzar the king made a great feast, 2,000 of his lords, and drank wine before.
What verse you at?
Daniel 5, verse 1.
No, go back to where you left off at. You was at verse 17, 18, was it?
Oh, right, yeah. Verse 16.
Okay.
And I have heard of thee that thou can make interpretations and dissolve doubts. Now, if thou can read the writing and make known to me the interpretation thereof, thou shalt be clothed with scarlet, and have a chain of gold about thy neck, and thou shalt be the third ruler in the kingdom. Then Daniel answered and said before the king, let thy gifts be to thyself, and give thy king reward to another. Yet I will read the writing unto the king, and make known to him the interpretation. O thou king, the most high God, gave Nebuchadnezzar thy father a kingdom, and majesty, and glory and honor. And for the majesty that he gave him all people, nations, and languages, and trembled. And for the majesty, and he gave him all people, nations, and languages, and trembled, and feared before him, whom he slew, and whom he kept alive, and whom he set up, and whom he put down. But when his heart was lifted up, and his mind hardened in pride, he was disposed from his kingly throne, and they took his glory from him. And he was driven from the sons of men, and his heart was made like the beast.
But you just read the account there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
And his dwelling was with the wild asses.
Go ahead.
They fed him with grass like ox.
And more side than to play with, man. That's why it's so important to fear the Lord. But the heathen don't know the fear of the Lord. Go ahead, brother.
And his body was wet with the dew of heaven, until he knew that the Most High God ruled in the kingdom of men.
That's right. You better believe it. Keep going.
And that he appointed over it whomsoever he will. And thou his son.
Like it was this time to be appointed king over the Babylonians, okay? He came up. He was king, right? Go ahead.
And thou his son, O Belshazzar, hast not humbled thy heart.
Yeah, you ain't humble yourself. All right? You a heathen. All right? First and foremost, and the Most High gave your heathen as a kingdom. And you lived up in pride, drinking out the vessels that was made to the Most High. You and your wives and concubines and your entourage. You know, lack of a better phrase. You're all prideful, drinking out of the good gold things that was made to the Lord. Because you lifted up in pride. And you remember what happened to your father. Go ahead.
And though thou knewest all this, but hast lifted up thyself against the Most High, the Lord of heaven, and they have brought the vessels of his house before thee.
See? Go ahead.
And thou and thy lords, thy wives, and thy concubines have drunk wine in them.
Right. Fucking idiots, man.
And thou hast praised the gods of silver and gold, of brass, iron, wood, and stone,
Idols. So worship the God of heaven. Go ahead.
which ye see not, nor hear, nor know, and the God in whose hand thy breath is, and who
Yeah, the Most High take life. But the heathen don't know that. They make these idols and worship these idols and think these idols that they worship and they sought to worship that they do things and they don't do things. Okay? That's why the Lord told us not to worship those things of the heathen, which is made, graven images made with man's hands. These different idols and shit. Baal the dragon, all that nonsense. Alright? The golden calf, all that. They said there would be a snare unto us. And ultimately, it caused the Most High to be moving him to jealousy. All right. Because who's Israel's husband? The Most High.
Right.
How you think a man will react if he finds a woman consenting to another man?
get angry.
Yeah, he's gonna get angry. The spirit of jealousy gonna come up on him. So when we did that, the spirit of jealousy came up on the Most High. Okay. I'm gonna tear that fucking car up, man. You heard that?
Yeah.
Jake, man, go ahead.
And whose are all thy ways?
Jump the curve.
If thou not glorified, then was the part of the hand sent from him, and this writing was written. And this is the writing that was written, mean,
Minute.
tekel, up, Harson.
Yeah, go to your phone. Go to that same chapter. I'm gonna read. Let me see your phone. I'm reading the Hebrew.
The letter.
Yep. I'm reading on the Hebrew. I can say it, but I want to get it. I know how to read a little bit. You know. I know how to read a little bit. Go ahead, I keep reading.
And this is the writing that was written, meaning, tekel, up, Harson. This is the interpretation of the king, meaning.
Now you go to the in the Hebrew. Let me get it. So mana, Fakwal, and mana, Fakwal, Paras. Or is it Paras? Yeah, Parasat. Or Paras. I think it's Parasat. Maybe. Don't quote me on it. I know I can read a little bit now. Go ahead, brother. Listen to you.
It says, and Yahweh has numbered thy kingdom.
So in the interpretation of it is it's a weight or a measurement. Go ahead.
Yahweh has numbered thy kingdom and finished it. Tekel, Thou art weighed in the balances
Balance,
and are found wanting.
That's it.
Perez, thy kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and Persians.
Parasa. It's Parasa or Parasa. I might be, pronouncing it wrong. Slocky. I ain't the best with the Hebrew, but I try. Go ahead.
Then commanded Belshazzar, and they clothed Daniel with scarlet and put a chain of gold about his neck, and made a proclamation concerning him that he should be the third ruler in the kingdom. And that night was Belshazzar, the king of the Chaldeans, slain. No.
That's it. So we just basically went through, except for one verse. We basically just went through the old Babylonian kingdom, the end of it, and how it was taken down. All right, it was a takedown that wasn't through a great war. Okay, a great war didn't take place, and they were taken down. What happened was Belshazzar was partying, having a good time, being lifted up in his heart, within his pride, and the Most High took his ass down. And he didn't remember this. Hey, you know what? The God of Jacob had put me up in power. He didn't remember that the God of Jacob had given me my rulership, my kingdom. He was boasting like his father did. I mean, said his father was in his pride too. And the Most High turned him into a beast of the field, eating grass like oxen and all that, And he was reminded. But during this time with Belshazzar, it was time for the Babylonians to go down, and the Medes and Persians to come up. Okay, so that's what happened. Okay, and that's the point that we read in Daniel 5th chapter. Okay, and then they was covered again by the Medes, and then the Persians. Those two horns that we spoke about earlier. That was the smaller horn, which is the Medes.
Persians.
No. We're talking about the two horns. Remember?
Right.
You got the two horns. That one was greater than the other.
Right.
The Medes took them down. Darius the Mede, and then the Persians came up.
Right. The Persians. They were
Right.
the
greater horn.
The greater one.
Right. Exactly. So there wasn't no war. It wasn't. We know that Babylon wasn't destroyed by fire.
No.
So when you go back to Jeremiah 50.
Right.
All right. Go back to Jeremiah 50. Was that verse 3? It says it should be utterly empty. Should make thee desolate and empty. Because the old Babylonian Empire was mainly it was modern day Iraq today. Now Iraq been bummed, but through Esau bummed Iraq, this whole war on terror, but Iraq still populated by millions of people. He killed millions of people over there, but millions of people still live there. Okay. Read that. What's that? Jeremiah 50 and 2 over in verse 3.
Jeremiah 50, verse 3.
Read that.
For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. None shall dwell therein. So we know it's not talking about the old Babylonian kingdom, because you got inhabitants still that dwell there. Is at this very day. It's Iraq. Right. And then also in the same chapter of Jeremiah 50 speaks about jump down to verse start at 24, and we're going to jump down a bit, because it speaks about as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah. And then 24 says that thou art taken. Read 24 first. Book of Jeremiah, 50, verse 24. I have laid a snare for thee.
I have laid a snare for thee. Go ahead.
And thou art also taken, O Babylon.
O Babylon.
And thou wast not aware.
Thou was not aware. Because a lot of people on this earth not just earth, I'm going to speak specific. A lot of people in America don't even know that this is Babylon. Right. They think they just, I don't know, some everlasting kingdom. you're sadly mistaken. This is Babylon the Great. This is the daughter of Babylon, the place that the Lord is going to lay empty, make desolate. Okay, and nobody going to dwell here again. Okay, keep reading.
Thou art found and also caught because thou hast striven against the Most High.
Thou art striven against the Lord. All right. So the Lord had made a snare for thee. Okay. Now another key point is we're gonna stay within that same chapter, right? But it speaks about it being overthrown is in the day of Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that because that's important. That's how you know it's not talking about old Babylon. All right. Matter of fact, go to Isaiah 14 and 22. While I'm getting this. Isaiah 14:22.
Isaiah 14, verse 22.
Yep.
This is, for I will rise up against them, saith the Most High, Lord of armies, and cut off from Babylon
Cut off from Babylon. Go ahead.
the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Most High.
Yeah.
I will also make it a possession for the bitter and,
Yeah.
and pools of water.
Yeah, because the Lord speak about making Babylon an habitation of hateful birds. All right, hateful birds, creatures of the desert. Okay. Go ahead.
And I will sweep it with the besom of destruction,
Yeah, beast of destruction. Go ahead.
saith the Most High, Lord of armies.
It says Babylon, right? Was Babylon swept with a beast of destruction? No, we just read it. They was partying, having a good time, drinking out of the goodly pleasant things, and then they was taken down by the Medes and Persians.
Right.
All right, go ahead.
The Lord of armies has sworn, saying, surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass. And as I have proposed, so shall it stand. That I will break the Assyrian in my land and upon my mountains, tread him underfoot.
Hey, go now. That's it. Also, you know, then go back to Jeremiah 50 and 40. Jeremiah 50 verse 40.
Jeremiah 50 verse 4. In those days and in that time, saith the Most High, the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah.
No, I said 40. Verse 40. Jeremiah 50 and verse 40. Go back to Jeremiah 50 and verse 40.
Look at Jeremiah 50 verse 40. As the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah, and we know that Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed by fire, right? So we know that the old Babylonian kingdom was destroyed by fire. All right. Read it again.
As Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah
That's right.
and the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Most High, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell there.
So again, now go to Google. Go to Google on your phone. Go to Google on your phone. Go to Iraq's population. Type in Iraq's population.
Iraq's population. Iraq's population 2023. This year, 45 million.
45 million people.
Yeah.
So we got over 45 million people still living there. Even after Esau and bum, Iraq to hell them back. Now read that. Go back to Jeremiah, that verse you just read. Read it again. The last verse you just read. So now we know that the Most High didn't overthrow the old Babylonian kingdom like he did with Sodom and Gomorrah. He's talking about the virgin daughter of Babylon. All right, also known as Babylon the Great. That's the one that's going to be overthrown by fire, like the Lord overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, which is America. All right, people in America partying and having a good fucking time. They don't even understand that the God of Israel is going to punish, all right, Babylon, which is America.
Right.
All right.
Book of Jeremiah 50,
Yeah, read
verse
it
40.
again. Yeah, read it again. The last verse of Jeremiah 50 you read. Okay.
As Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah,
There you go.
and the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Most High, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell therein. It says, behold,
So that's it. That's it. That's all you need. It means over 45 million people living there. So that didn't happen. So what Babylon is talking about? Babylon the Great.
Great.
Go to now you can get Psalm 137. Where it's mentioned the daughter of Babylon, and it says Edom.
Book of Psalms, chapter 137.
Because Edom created this whole fucking idea of this melting pot, which is called America. You know, one nation, like I said right here on this wall behind us, one nation under God. Ain't no fucking sense of one nation. America ain't one nation. America is a conglomerate of different nations. All right, you have different nations living in America, which is, the Lord is against that. The Most High is against all the nations being one nation. The Lord didn't create all nations to be one. And tell you in Deuteronomy 32nd chapter that the Lord divided the nations and gave them their inheritance.
Right.
So why Esau try to make this one nation?
Practicing himself.
He's striving against the Lord. That's why Esau gonna get laid flat, man. Go ahead.
Book of Psalms, 137, verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom.
The Edomites. See now one thing they don't talk to you about in these fake churches is about who the Edomites are. You know? You never hear about the Edomites in these so I never heard about it. You heard about it growing up? You ever heard about the Edomites growing up?
Nope.
I never heard about it.
Of Edom, no. Nope.
A nation of people that's red. All over like a hairy garment.
I don't know anything about it.
And it sure as hell ain't no fucking Native Americans. Okay? We know that we know we ain't red, all like no hairy fucking garment. We barely got hair. We barely hairy.
A lot of people believe that the red man is Gad.
Yeah, they believe that Gad is red, you know.
Mm.
You can't say about Reuben. We still different shades of brown. A lot of us solid brown.
Yeah.
You're looking at a son of a Reubenite with a Gadite mother. All right, and yet he's solid brown. Shit. Now, do you have some look like Edomites? Yeah, you do. But Esau's the one that's red. All right, he's not white; he's red. All right, go ahead.
Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, raise it.
Yeah, the Edomites are ruling the day. The Edomites are the one that took over America. The red man took over America, destroyed it. The red man is fucking got this deforestation going on. All right, cutting down all the fucking trees. The red man made America look like a fucking Caucasus Mountain. Cause that was his habitation, the mountains. All right, the word the Caucasus Mountain was inhabited by the Caucasians. It means cave where the mountain dwelt. That's not a nationality; it just referred to how they was living. Like that quest for fire, that showed you the actual habitation of Esau, man.
Seen that?
Them niggas, yeah. And they ain't show you. Hey, the movie Quest for Fire, it show you Esau praying
Crazy.
by the bushes. And they still, you know, when I hear that European language, that shit sounds the same. What the fuck is that, yo?
They ain't got no language.
Caveman language, man. Get the hell out of here, man.
Man, savage.
Savages, man. I mean, they just. Man, you saw you don't quit it, man. Itching all eating bugs. Oh, man.
You want me to go to Joe?
No, you gotta get it. You gotta get it.
Anyway.
God. They're wearing rags. They ain't wear no clothes.
Naked.
Huh?
They were naked.
Yeah, they was naked. Taught you people how to wear clothes, man. Fucking heathen. When he came over here, we had goodly apparel on.
Right.
Pants. Women wear long, beautiful dresses. Men had, we had those skins of, different things we wore. That was for status. All right, that was for status and ranking. Okay. Because even when you go into a so-called Native American staff or the feathers in his hat, it represents a status. Status of the war he's been in. How many kills, whatever. It could be position of his chiefly line or something. It can mean different things. Okay? It can symbolize he's a warrior king. We were stripped bare, right? We were stripped bare.
Right.
Esau came over here. Everything, give me that excellency. Type in the word excellency. They can sit the castle down from excellency. Because they try to act like, especially our brothers of the Southern Kingdom, man, Esau, you could never make no fucking kingdom like we can make a kingdom. All right, especially our brothers of the Southern Kingdom. All right, that Dark Age art and the lasting palaces they left up, you can't fathom to make no architect work like that, man.
Yeah, you spell it?
Excellent. Spell excellent, but don't put the T on there. Put the CY on it. Scripture saying excellency.
Excellent.
Excellency. Jake went into person like a motherfucker.
Okay, excellency.
Yeah.
Um,
Go to scripture. You copy and paste that. So he only sent the casting down from the Exodus.
Okay, which one? First.
It says they only consent to cast him down from his Exodus. Because in Jeremiah 10th chapter, tell you that, was it the 10th chapter, the 13th chapter roughly? It says that Jacob is the, matter of fact, it's one of the scriptures I want to get. Let me read that while you're getting that. This is Jeremiah 10 and 16. It says, the portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, right? Jacob is the former of all things. Everything in this society is made guilty is made by the sons of Jacob. Okay? This guy, I watch him a lot. I'm watching more and more, I'll say that. Dr. Bobby Price, with the health thing, he's like the new Dr. Sebi. He's a new Dr. Sebi. Okay?
Got it.
Huh?
Got it.
He's a new Dr. Sebi, and what he's talking about now, health. He said, if I get sick, I'm moving out of America to get better. Because they tell you that it's hard to live a healthy life in America. You got pesticides being sprayed on the fruit, vegetation. It's all in the grass. So if the cattle eating the grass, let alone they've been injected with all these goddamn arsenic and all kind of poison. Why are you injecting the animals and shit, man? Esau a goddamn devil, man. It creates mucus in the body. Now I ate some meat the other day. I had been off meat for a little while. And I woke up the next day, I'm fucking got nose is running. I have been juiced like over a week. Ain't clean, as far as like I ain't really ate nothing like veggies. I ate some fucking full discard, chicken. Nose started running with I had mucus filled up and shit. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Read what you got though.
Look at Psalm 62, verse 4. They only consult to cast us down.
So I was gonna say Psalm 64, but I was off. No, I was saying I was gonna call that, but I knew it wasn't that. That's why. But they have to say, read it again. They only consent. What?
They only consult to cast him down from his excellency.
Yeah, because they say the so-called Negro, Latino, the American man. They say we ain't shit in society. They say we the problem with society. But we don't control shit, our own shit. Right? I guarantee you wouldn't have no fucking GMO foods if we had an authority. I bought an organic watermelon the other week, a little week ago, and I was just shocked to see a fucking organic watermelon, man. It's been that long. It's been years. It's been years since I have gotten the organic watermelon. And it was grown locally. Now, that's crazy, man. You can't even eat no fucking fruit. GMO foods everywhere. And you wonder why people got cancer and shit. Got fucking little kids, man. Little kids got cancer, man.
Yeah.
Little kids, you know the St. Jude's commercial? Or like whatever they be, see kids with all kind of rare forms of cancer. How you got rare forms of cancer, man? Because you eat natural, organic food, that right there kills off carcinogens in the body.
Esau pollute everything.
Esau pollutes every fucking thing. Go to Psalms 10 and 4. That's why I did a lesson the other day, yesterday, destroy them that destroy the earth. The Edomites destroy the earth. Now I did a lesson yesterday, it was yesterday evening, night rather, but I was going to deforestation, right? Now deforestation involved them cutting down the rainforest, especially the tropical rainforest. That's how we get our heavy or most important amount of oxygen. So you cutting that shit down, and you got what's called carbon dioxide, which that messes with your respiratory system. You breathe in oxygen, your body lets out carbon dioxide, right? You got mostly carbon dioxide in the air. That messes with your respiratory system, which is your breathing system. Okay? So you wonder why kids get asthma and shit. Even as I was a kid growing up, a lot of the trees used to be right there. A lot of trees been cut down around here. But the trees and the plants work together to create oxygen so that you can breathe, have a healthy respiratory system. But if you bring in the carbon dioxide, then your respiratory starts to fail. Then you might need an asthma pump or need an oxygen machine, right? You have a lot of people you see walk around with oxygen tanks or oxygen machines, man. Because ain't no good oxygen in the air, man. We're just bringing in poison gas. We're bringing in poisonous gas.
Wildfires polluted the air.
That's right. Wildfires.
Yep.
You know what deforestation creates too?
Yeah.
Climate change. It's the main source of climate change. They have all these unnatural patterns in the weather.
Yeah.
Deforestation. I brought it out in the lesson.
They say the air's still bad.
Yeah, that's how you get. Google deforestation and the effects of it. Called the effects of deforestation. They're gonna say floods. Now you look at the news. We got all these different floods in different countries, various countries. Okay. Even over in China, because of deforestation.
Yeah, this affects deforestation, the loss of trees,
which is oxygen created by trees. Go ahead.
and other vegetation can cause
Vegetation.
can cause climate change, desertification, soil
Desertification. Go ahead.
soil erosion, fewer crops, flooding, increased greenhouse gases.
Yeah, there you go. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. All right, so read Psalms 10:4, man. That's why these bastards got to be put out of power, man.
We start at 2.
Yeah, Esau ain't gonna just get his ass kicked for what he did to us, what he did to the earth too.
Book of Psalms 10 verse 2. The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor.
Yeah, that's obvious. Go to verse 4 though.
Verse 4. The
Because he
wicked,
talks. See, the thing is, I'm speaking right now. He'll say, "Oh, he don't know what he's talking about. He just spewing hate." No, you fucking doing hateful actions. You got hating your actions because the very actions you're doing is creating the loss of life. And all these floods going on across the earth, and then the main talking point you hear in the news. I don't care if you watch local news or international news, they always talk about what climate change. Well, Esau's the one creating goddamn climate change, man. Okay? Read that.
it says, the wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High.
Right. Because the Most High gives ordinances how to live within this law that he gave to the 12 tribes of Israel. And not to the fucking small hats. Okay, go ahead.
It says the Most High is not in all his thoughts.
The Most High in all his thoughts. And so you look at deforestation, it says to create agriculture. Man, you don't need to create agriculture down there in the rainforest. All this fucking land you got. You got land that's not even occupied. You got land that's been abandoned that was once fucking used for agriculture. Why not till the land and then use it? The thing is, Esau used the land, all right, so fucking much that it become no good. You can't just grow nothing on there. That's why the Lord gave us the land Sabbath. 6 years you grow things, and the 7th year you let it rest. Don't take nothing out of it. You know why? So the land replenishes itself. The land replenishes itself, and everything that it yield forth return back into the soil. And then the year after that, you can grow on it. Esau don't know how to do that shit. He got this mass production in his mind when he manufactured food.
Yeah, doing it in the lab.
Doing it in the lab oil and shit, GMO foods.
Yeah.
But all you simply got to do is, first of all, people should be able to grow their own vegetation, their own food, their own cattle, but he don't want that. He wants you to fucking perish. Meaning die.
Goddamn devil, man.
Give me John 10:10. St. John 10:10. You got children, you gotta worry about your children growing up into an unhealthy environment, man. They can't grow strong and healthy like they're supposed to.
It's the book of St. John 10 verse 10.
You got athletes that gotta go pay for a fucking oxygenation process to replenish oxygen in their bodies to get so many healthy blood cells to be able to perform at a high level. Go ahead.
Book of St. John 10 verse 10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy.
Yeah, we know the thief is Esau. We ain't got to make no prediction or guess who that is. We know who the thief is. Same thief that stole America from us. That's the fucking thief. All right, the thief is the one that stole America from us. All right, America was a goodly land to live on. So these motherfuckers stole it from us by murder and chemical warfare. You could grow goodly things. You really had to grow that. It just grew naturally. It just really grew naturally. You remember as a kid, you could see apple trees and different things in different yards you go to, walking through the neighborhood. Notice how that slowly just went away? No?
Animals dying, man.
Animals, fucking birds dropping dead. The water temperatures are in excessive heat because of what Esau's doing. You know, that's why we gotta, man. That's the reason why we need Yehovah Hashem Yahushua to come back and destroy this place and create a new heavens and earth.
Right.
That's when you're gonna see people nourished back to health, even the earth itself, man. Okay, because under Esau's rule, people suffer, you know. But Lord willing, with that, we're gonna close, first I get back to the plantations and everything. Lord willing, this, the street ministry was edifying, okay, because, and we could be out here longer, but hey, spirit like the wind, it go, where it wants. You don't know where the wind gonna blow. But Lord willing, today street ministry be edifying. I want to say shalom to you, Akim, out there. Lord willing, next week. Again, I want to say double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, rule well. Unsalutation to you, Akim, out there doing the work of true sincerity. Shalom to you all. Shalom to the Aquaf, the sisters that believe. Bob Ball, you know what that means. Elashma Kodash, Bob Ball, destroy Babylon. All right. Korma Sha'ala, rise Israel, and Lord willing next week. All praise, glory be unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rachak Kodash. Again, Shalom. All right.